Wait,
The
what?
stream is on a delay, but it's up now. Like that's why I have you counted in, so we don't have the is it on thing because
Oh, that's the best part, though. So now we have to do it. Is it on? Is it on?
it's
Is it on? Hello, children.
this
We
is
are
not for
back.
children, for the record. Just
Yeah, that's also true. Please,
we.
please, for the
Hello,
love of
hopefully not
heaven,
children.
for the love of God, tell your children to go the hell to bed. It's way past their bedtime.
It's not even 8.
I had to go to bed at 7:30 until I was like 8 years old in the summer. So listen, my parents
even
got very
dark.
tired of my
My parents
existence.
gave up on making me go to bed by the time I was 10.
Same
Yeah,
actually.
no, my parents got tired of my. I mean, to be fair, we also woke like I woke up at 5:45 in the morning. So by the time I'd been awake for 14 hours, they were pretty sick of me. So anyway,
That's not happening.
I hate you. So in any case, the last wait, what did you
I
say?
just said that's not happening.
Oh, I thought you said that's still happening.
Oh.
Which game? For you. Second of all, send your children to bed, away. Tell them to go play outside.
Yes, tell them to go play outside. It's hot and kids love getting all.
Smelly
Yeah.
and gross. Because for now, it is time for Taikangaard, and time to wrap up this train wreck of an arc that we have so much enjoyed. So, last we left off, our intrepid adventurers were still camping out in the middle of the desert when they found multiple individuals appearing from different directions out in the desert and wandering off to places, to destinations unknown. Um, Finding this very curious and very intriguing, you watched as one pair came and started walking in your direction, almost as if heading back towards Telmarna. You approached them and tried to get some answers, and in so doing, found yourselves in a state of feigned insanity, trying to get some answers out of these people without giving up too much of your own purposes. And there goes Ethan. So this could be interesting. Um, Gaining not much, not after not really gaining too much information from those two, you guys decided to wait until they passed, and then part of your party went with Felix to pursue another group that was traveling away and tried to find some more information. Upon questioning them, you realized they gave you this similar information to what you had been receiving in the past, whereas they could not give you a direct path to the pyramid, though it did exist. But you would have to consult the visions and dreams that you had been having in order to figure out the path that the Sunset Queen had placed out for you.
So effectively, we're gonna have to take some pretty strong hallucinogenics.
Woo!
That is up to you. You guys returned to the camp, discussed your method of attack, threw around the idea of taking some shrooms, and determined that it would be best to try and induce some moony dreams in order to commune with the Sunset Queen. And that is where we left you. I'm going to assume it was probably around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, because that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the evening is yours. What would you guys like to do?
Make my next set of craft checks. At
Okay.
Andrew.
He can't hear you.
No, I know. But he'll be able to hear me right as he gets his headphones put back on, and now he can hear me. And I would like to spend the evening doing my next set of craft checks. He took his headphones
that
off.
was directed at me. Sorry.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Only Andrew.
Make your craft checks, my dude.
It was just to her, right?
Yeah.
Frick, what is my craft stat? Okay, that's a 13. 2 13s.
Okay, two 13s. So at what stage are you in this again?
I had managed to get all of the pieces cut, and the frame, like, slotted together.
Okay, so the frame is slotted together, but you're having a hard time getting the rest of it together. It's a really hard time getting it together. Like, a 13 is not brilliant.
Okay.
So you try once, you pull back, try again, So at this point, you still have all the pieces, and you think you figured out a new way, but you're starting to get tired. You've been working on it for a long time so far.
Okay. Oh, also, I had the craft check from Gabrielle as well, because I was working on making those flash bombs.
Yes. Hey, would you like to make another one?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember where you got to? I think we had
Previously I had gotten some pretty poor rolls, but that was for like, I had gotten like mediocre rolls, so like I had managed to get a couple of the clay files with the holes punched in them, but I hadn't figured out a release system.
Okay.
And I just
Perfect.
rolled a natural 20, coming to a 26 craft
Very
check.
nice.
Nice.
Very nice. All right. So, settling down, you spend a good chunk of time on this, but suddenly your mind is clearer. You feel less. You feel less distracted, and your creative juices are definitely flowing now that you've worked a little bit on your other project, and you can now you're testing a couple of different sketches, kind of drawing them in the sand or on paper, whatever you feel like, and you think that you have a pretty good. You feel like you have a pretty good idea now of what you need to do. So you come up with a plan, and you can start working on a prototype if you wish.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say, depending, how long did you want to work on it?
However long it took me to until nighttime after I got tired of fighting with the hurdy-gurdy.
Okay. All right. So let's say.
So probably probably an hour,
Okay.
hour and a half.
All right. So I would say that you start getting a prototype together. Yeah.
Okay.
How big were you trying to make these things again?
They're clay files, so they're like 3 inches by like half an inch in diameter.
Okay, so I would say within that hour you're able to finish your prototype. And if you want to put some stuff in it, you can toss it around.
Okay. Well, I don't have pure sodium yet,
Right.
so I can't
That's
do
fair.
that yet. But
All right. So you have a good model. And if in future days you can roll craft checks just to make more if you want.
okay.
All right. Okay, I have to ask because I'm stupid. Were you guys actually planning on taking shrooms, or was
No.
that a joke?
No.
We don't have shrooms to take in the first place.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't know where you guys conjure these things.
I actually have some drugs that I'd like.
Oh, that's
encourage you to
right!
use,
I forgot.
Where did you get drugs?
But I just
I don't remember that.
I do.
Where did you get drugs from?
because it was I don't remember. It was in a
I
tavern
remember.
or something.
No.
And I saw somebody using. So I just pickpocketed him because I wanted him to stop using them, but then I never threw them out.
That wasn't it.
That wasn't it?
No.
I don't remember then.
They were a gift from somebody.
No, the gift was tobacco.
Oh, no, you're right. The gift was tobacco.
The gift was a pouch of tobacco. Let me look
Okay,
at my
let's go.
sheet again because I
Yeah.
could have sworn. No, I guess it was just the tobacco. No, okay. No, that was Elra here that stole drugs. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Okay,
Elbert
that
here
I
stole the
definitely
drugs,
remember.
yeah.
That I remember. I was gonna say, I don't remember.
That I remember. I was gonna say.
Okay. So, alright, anything else that you guys would like to do as you wait for nightfall? Going once, going twice.
I'm good.
Alright, we might have to retcon things. Actually, you know what? They're not here.
Yeah, no, they're
Nothing
not
else
here.
for them. I'm not waiting for them.
Azalea is reading, and Felix is sharpening his sticks.
Sounds good.
Sounds good to me. I think I think I will take the map that we saved, and you know what? I'm gonna take some extra time and double check where we are. So I
Okay.
really want to be sure.
I will
Making
sit
knowledge-
around and practice picking locks.
How?
I have a
hear you.
practice lock.
I feel like you mentioned this to me.
I did. It was back from when the whole practicing skills on the side would help you increase them thing was existent. I got a practice lock so I could do that.
I remember that now. If you feel like it, you can make some rolls and we can see how many locks.
Doesn't matter that much.
How many locks can I? How many locks can a lockpicker pick if a lockpicker could pick locks?
Alright, yes, make a knowledge geography check, please. Or a survival check. Whichever you prefer. Andrew.
Yes. Sorry, survival.
What did you think that was directed
I
at?
don't know. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That was a moment. There we go.
Did I stroke out? Did you stroke out?
Somebody stroked out. Nat 20.
Excellent. All right, so you take your maps and you pore over them, and you're so sure. You're so sure that you have these right, and you go back out, but you do your due diligence. As the sun is setting, you go out and you like start looking at, from best you can tell, some of the stars that are a little bit hard to see. It's not quite dark enough, but you check everything. You check the landmarks that you've been able to see. You are very, very certain that you have mapped this thing out, that you have mapped your path out properly. You can even draw a line from where you are standing right now on the map, back to where Tel Marna is marked up in the whatever corner of your map. The pyramid has if you're judging this based on the pyramid is definitely the thing that has not been constant.
Do I have any idea where the people are coming from?
They have been coming over the past couple of hours. You have seen a few more emerge, and and the locations are more and more random.
Dang
the
it,
more you're
okay.
watching. Oh.
Alright.
Alright.
Fantastic, fan-freaking-tastic. Okay.
All right. So, are you guys still Are you guys still staying in your separated camps?
I thought we were all getting
I don't
to
see any reason to.
Yeah,
I have to agree with Ethan. There's no reason to.
I'm pretty sure we said we were going to bring all our crap into one crap heap.
Okay. I feel like that's
Back into one camp. New.
Nice. All right. So you guys spend a little bit of time piling your stuff back into one hole. Omari's kind of picking through her stuff. You know, I feel like there probably are some analgesics in here somewhere. I mean, I have like this pouch that I carry around for very basic healing. I mean, my spells are a lot better. But I do think I probably do have something that's analgesic enough that it could be used as a hallucinogen if we're that crazy. But I feel like these things, could always happen naturally. But they're here if anybody wants them. I'm not taking them.
And let's be honest, we've never been on hallucinogenics when this has happened before.
That's also true. That's a very good point.
Do you have anything that can put us to a particularly deep sleep?
I might not recommend that, actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Because we've run into so many things in this desert trying to kill us, not being able to wake up should one appear sounds like a bad thing to have happen.
I'm with Servana on this one.
That's actually I was going to look, but I'm actually more convinced by that argument. Especially, I mean, we could set a watch, but
it would be worth it. But
yeah, and I mean, we could set a watch, but in case the watch isn't able to wake you up, then everybody's just going to die.
We're always set to watch.
Right, but the point being that even if you did have, like, the watch would probably become basically useless if you're asleep deeply enough that you cannot be easily woken. I mean, I don't think that I have anything that would induce sleep so deeply but it may not be a risk we want to take. So, Stuka, leave Todd alone. Come here. So, you all settle into your tents. Is anyone
take
is one?
first watch?
Okay. All right.
Do we want to do just 2 watches with the elves?
The blank wall.
Ethan?
Sorry, I'm a bit distracted. I can do a watch, yeah.
Okay, I'll wake you up for second watch then. And
Okay.
we'll just pass the 4 hours each between us.
I'll be doing some dozing. Well,
Alright.
all right now, Mr. Bear. Thanks for coming out. Have yourself a great night. Like my mother used to say, good sleep belies a good conscience, and a good conscience belies a good fighter.
Can any of you imagine how bad it would be if he talked in his sleep? Anyway. Alright. Would our darling Savannah please make a perception check?
That be... I find perception. 21.
21. Sorry, that was on purpose. Alright. You set yourself up outside as the stars are beginning to emerge above you, painting their usual galaxies above. There's a bit of cloud cover, a slight, kind of unusual sight for the past several nights. It's been very, very clear, and you know that this area very rarely gets storms, though you have seen a little bit of heat lightning now and then. Farther out across the desert, you do see the occasional flicker of lightning, but it's the clouds that are moving over the moon right now don't seem to be. They're not super thick. It doesn't seem to be an incoming storm or anything, but it's to a certain extent it's obscuring your light, and you're having to rely a little bit more on the fire in your camp as you're kind of walking back and forth. Over the past hour or so, the movements from wherever these people are coming from seem to have slowed significantly. Most of them seem to have peaked earlier in the evening, but very few are emerging now. So you're sitting, you walk back and forth, just waiting for something to happen, kind of rubbing your hands together to keep them warm. And as you pass, you feel like it's getting on to be about an hour. You feel a wind come blowing towards you, ruffling your hair. It stays this time, and you suddenly recognize, you know what this wind is. That was exciting.
There's a door closing on my end.
You're good. And as the wind blows past, the clouds suddenly shift, as if they've been driven away by the wind, and the moon shines out in full above you. The rest of you...
I knew what the wind was.
You recognize it. It feels like the same wind that you guys had felt the last... Yeah.
Gotcha. That's assumed.
As the moon comes out, the rest of you inside feel, whether you were dozing or asleep or what, you feel a gust of wind almost brush over you, and you find yourself suddenly awake, blinking yourselves out of sleep or whatever state you may have been in, suddenly alert. And it's quiet. It's very quiet. It's weird. It's been relatively, not quite loud, but there's been a lot of natural noise each night that you've bedded down. There's been the occasional howls of cinder wolves and the occasional nightbird, but now there is...
I is going to hide the shadows.
Okay. There's nothing. Okay. Tasha, you can make your stealth check.
29.
29, very good. As you turn to hide, and as you kind of slip deeper into the shadows, your path kind of takes you around the other side of the tent. And there it is. Maybe a half mile away from you, and this is an actual mile, maybe a half mile away from you, you see the gleaming blue light that has become so familiar to you. And there, suddenly somehow more solid than it has ever seemed before, is the pyramid. There's a certain skepticism that grabs you, of course. You're expecting, you know what this feels like. You know how you guys have chased it. But for some reason, this time it seems solid. You remember all those other times, and it has never seemed this real to you. It's almost as if you could walk there and actually be there and touch it and go inside. The wind is still blowing, not as strongly now, more like a breeze, but it is consistently blowing back towards the pyramid, and that glow, that faint blue light, is stronger this time, directly underneath, as the point of the pyramid points directly up towards the moon.
I'm gonna go get everyone else, I guess.
Cervena comes back, and she shakes all of you awake.
What?
And, well, you guys were
Pyramid.
awake at this point. For some reason,
Pyramid.
the moment she says pyramid, you're not surprised. Of course it's the pyramid. Why shouldn't it be the pyramid? It's almost as if you were expecting it to be there.
Pyramid.
You guys all walk out and kind of assemble on the other side of your camp, and it is there, just as solid as Cervena had seen, more solid than it had ever been before to any of you, and there it is. What would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna draw it on the map.
Okay, got you. What'd you say?
Let's
So
go
then-
check it out, folks.
All right. Okay. So, you said that you wanted to draw on your map.
Yes,
I want to
ma'am.
check one thing really, really fast.
Ethan, are you with us?
Yes.
Okay, cool. You may insert random jokes and comments here. Because I lost something. Dang it.
So this thing's like 80 miles away from us because it's half a Gabrielle mile.
No, I said it was a real mile, so shush.
Yes, but
Excuse
Gabrielle's
you.
saying a real mile.
Oh my gosh.
How do we know what the truth is?
Well, guess you'll find
Adventure
out.
is out there.
The worst. Okay, fine. For that, it's 100 miles. You guys walk for forever, and then you never get there, and that's how it ends. Anyway.
Look at
All
what
right.
you did, Ethan.
Except that
Worth it.
Felix has a mile-an-hour spell.
Every time that you take a step, it gets further away.
Well, then eventually,
Okay, this map doesn't actually work properly.
if we just kept doing that, if we moved fast enough, we'd just move it until the pyramid was out in the middle of the black jungle, and then it'd be way harder to hide.
This is true.
Wouldn't it be easier to hide if it's in a jungle? As opposed to out in the middle of, everywhere?
Mm-hmm.
You could also just keep pushing it until it went to the ocean and wait for everyone inside to drown.
Wait, what did you say?
That's aggressive.
Well, if it keeps getting further away, it's physically changing distance, then you just keep pushing it in one direction until it goes into the ocean, then you stop because everyone inside will drown.
That is such a Cervena response.
Hey.
Like, what the heck?
I mean, she ain't wrong.
That was Tasha, not Cervena, but okay.
You're not wrong. Okay, why
Is this genuinely infeasible?
What was that?
Is this genuinely infeasible? There's so much we
Is
could
what?
do. With pushing...
But say,
Guys, we found a way to
assume,
deal with the cult all in one.
Yes.
Drown them.
but assume that it moves, call it 4 steps away from us for every step we take. If we walk a quarter the circumference of the planet, it'll be right on top of us.
That's true.
Okay,
But
anyway.
I would walk a quarter of the circumference of the planet, and I would...
Another quarter of the Yeah, no, that's not happening.
Another
Guys?
quarter of the circumference more because it'd be right on top of me.
But I don't want to die getting squished by a
Just to
pyramid.
be the party that got
That walked from
crushed
meridian
by
to
a
meridian.
pyramid.
Ba-da-da-da.
Meridian to
Ba-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay. All right. So as you guys gather, Cervena, you take one step towards the pyramid and feel something shift. Did you go with Felix when he okay? So you don't recognize
No.
Felix. So for those of you who did, it almost feels like. Wait, none of you went.
I think I did.
Okay, that's what I thought. For you, you recognize the sensation almost feels as if you've taken a step inside of Felix's spell. But as you take that motion, the next second your camp is gone, no longer around you, and you find yourselves far closer to the pyramid. It is now right in front of you.
Oh, no.
But in an expanse ahead of you, you see a collection of graves. As if you're now looking into a graveyard that precedes the pyramid. Looking around, you're a lot lower down now. It's as if the pyramid is in some sort of is almost in like its own miniature valley of its own. It seems that you've come across some sort of is it a crypt, mausoleum? One of the two. I forget. Sorry.
A necropolis?
Crypt is royal usually,
Yeah.
meant for one family. Mausoleum is kind of just a way of burying the dead of a town or city.
Okay. It looks kind of like a mausoleum. Most of the graves are simple. There's a couple that are that are a little bit larger. Most of the writing is has been weathered and faded out. But this graveyard extends. Extends as large as this map is, which is on Taikangaard, the Roll20, so you can pull that up if you so choose, except actually don't. For 1 second.
Okay.
Because
I am
forgot
not
about
pulling anything.
I mean, I have Taikangaard up, but we don't have that.
Oh, that's right, you guys aren't on it.
Yes.
That's fine. Because I
Next.
forgot to enable Fog of War. And I have to fix the thingy thing. Are you guys still on Snicks? Okay.
Yep.
I see
Yes.
you now. Alright, well now it's
Oh,
just
no,
a
it's a black
refresh.
square.
What'd you say?
No, it's a black square.
Yes. I have to figure out how to actually fix this.
Use the eyeball.
Thank you.
I would still like to be snacky.
Wouldn't we all?
Alright. Yes, you
I would like to be green and snucked.
and
Yes, I
Schnucket.
would like to be green and snappy.
I would like to be Schnooky, but you know.
I don't want you to be Snooky.
But you know, I can't always get what you want. No, alright. So for those of
Persnicket.
you for those of you who called out stealth checks. Stealth like that you'd like to hide.
Yeah.
please
Can I?
roll
I
your
assume the
stealth
last
check.
one does not hold.
No, it does not.
All right. I'll make one too, as long as we're all.
Seeing as you guys shifted, you know, half a
You-
mile to your left.
That's only a 22.
Okay. Alright.
Oh,
15.
hold on. I rolled quite exceptional. That's gonna put me at a big 24.
Yeah.
Nice. Can someone roll for our Misting Adventures, please?
All right.
I don't know what their bonuses are.
Alright, well then just
Azalea's
whatever
is gonna be like a 2 at most.
just roll straight.
Azalea has a natural 15.
Oh,
Okay.
pretty good.
And Felix gets a natural 4. I hate this die.
Felix, wait, where are we going? He yells.
Well, this is fine.
Felix like runs his staff into a grave.
Yeah,
Felix can't see,
that's true.
so
Oh, right. Okay, I'll roll.
Felix probably Felix couldn't see the pyramid. Oh shoot.
There you go. Hi.
So Felix technically couldn't see the pyramid. So I guess you'd have to ask him and find out if he actually knows what's
Okay.
what's happening.
I got a roll for Clover.
Oh, that was not so good.
Clover did not do well. Clover's coming to a grand total of 6.
Okay. And
Isab.
yes.
Isab is a sneaky, skulky sort. She should be alright.
She should be. If I
Housewife.
She's the sneaky,
The
skulky.
Sneaky housewife. Maybe that's why her husband is
How
so
does this not have it?
Yes.
sneaky and skulky.
Runs in the family. When do they have any sneaky, skulky children?
Or sneaky, skulky in-laws.
Okay, so
Sneaky, skulky
heads
people
up,
attract each
y'all.
other?
Yes.
It's up to y'all. Don't use NPC like roll-ups exclusively, because apparently I have been playing this whole time and just using her sneak attack. She doesn't actually have a stealth stat on here, which makes 0 sense whatsoever, and I'm really annoyed about it.
If there's no dedicated stealth stat on the NPC roll-up, that means that you just use their dex mod.
Yeah, and I was so that gets her a 9, for all of her ability.
Maybe she'll die.
Sneaky, skulky housewife.
If low
that you
stealth
eat
checks
in
means
the
that they
desert.
die, that's a bad thing because Felix and Thenmir both have pretty low stealth checks.
And Clover.
I thought Benmir had like a 15.
Yeah, that's comparatively low.
On the other hand, we're level 3, so...
True.
On one hand,
On the other
That
hand,
is-
you
that
also
is
don't
true.
know if anybody is even here to see you.
I am Francis, and I am stealth. I am like a
And stealth,
I am
the hider of
stealth
people.
incarnate.
Alright, so who got a 4? Who was that? Was that
That was
Um,
Felix.
Felix, Isab, and Clover were the 4, 6, and the 9, right?
Yes.
Okay. Not necessarily in that order.
Alright,
cool.
Yes.
I've got everybody else. Alright. So yeah, so this is the scene that you find yourselves in. It's dark. Further back here, it's a little bit more shadowed. Wait, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Like back here, it's more shadowy.
Wait, back where is it?
You don't see. What do you say? But basically where it's black, that's shadows. It's not super well lit in here. So probably Felix is, as he's moving further in, is going to have a little bit of a harder time seeing. But if he wants to light a torch, that's his prerogative. Or y'all's
I'm pretty
prerogative.
sure he has dark vision.
That's right.
He has 30 feet dark vision, but no vision beyond
Oh,
that.
right. Yeah, that's why
Whoa.
he's blind.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, like,
I'm no.
why did the one movement cause an exorcist like from the other?
No. I still have DM control, and I did that by accident.
You can toggle that off, right? Can you do that for me?
I can work on it.
I think you can. I don't remember.
Did an undertow.
All right. So this is where you guys are at. There's no one else in this area. You see none of the other travelers that you noted earlier in the day. Anything that you guys would like to do?
Where's the pyramid in relation to all this?
The pyramid is a little. It's off screen, but it's like if you're going this. No, where's the? If you kept going this way, it's
Okay.
back there, over there.
Okay.
Like, it's not still further in the distance. This is, like, butts right up against the pyramid. I just didn't have enough room. Also, this was used for something different at first. So,
Sorry, I wasn't looking at my screen. Which edge of the map is it on?
it's not actually on the map, but if you keep going this way.
Okay, so
Like-
it's off the top edge.
Yes. So, you guys would have come in, like, this way. Like, if you're looking back this way, if you can see, that's where the rest of the desert is. It's like slopes back up and back out into the sand and everything else. You guys just like apparated here.
Ooh, apparated.
Yes. See, Ethan knows what that is now.
I had seen the freaking movies
I didn't know that. All right, cool. Well, whatever.
last year.
The same difference. All right, so yeah, but that's the way to the pyramid. It's like it's just shortly off of this screen. It's not very far.
Greenland.
Is there could be any entrance on the pyramid?
Not from this side that you can see. Would you like to investigate the surface of the pyramid?
Arguments, or do we just walk to the pyramid and hope not to
I kind of
attack?
like touching it first.
You want to touch the pyramid?
Yeah.
Alright, so that's walking to the pyramid.
Alright.
Let's do this.
Not convinced
Are
that
we
we're not
all
gonna
ready
be
to
like,
die?
oh yeah.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Very much convinced that dead things or undead things are going to pop out of this graveyard.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Can we skirt
So-
around the graveyard in any way?
What was that?
Can we skirt around the graveyard in any way?
So where you guys are, like I said, so it kind of slopes down in, and the pyramid is somewhat within this depression. And as the further you go in, the more kind of like there's like almost not very sheer, like the walls aren't high, but there's probably like 5-6 foot walls on either side that this depression kind of makes. It's almost as if somebody had made like made a man-made ramp into this valley, placed a pyramid there, and so it's easiest to go this way, and you can kind of where it kind of bottlenecks up here. You can get around to like the other side of the pyramid, but you could also go out and walk around to it and kind of look at it. But you'd also have to like go down like at that point it gets to be like closer to like 8 feet to get back down into the valley.
Okay,
so it's kind of up to you.
Okay, no, I've got an idea.
Did that make sense? What I just described?
To me, it did, yeah.
Did that make sense to Tasha and Ethan?
Say it again. Sorry.
Okay, so I'm trying to think if there's a good visual for this. So, like, imagine that my hand is like level ground.
Mm-hmm.
And the ground is sloping down into like this valley. So my phone is the valley, and here's like the bottom of it. So the graveyard is like on my palm, and the pyramid is also in this valley. So it's almost like somebody carved like a ramp out. So like there's like walls of like natural formation, like sand and like kind of rock on either side. So it's almost as if the pyramid's sitting in like a bowl.
Okay.
The walls around it aren't so high that you couldn't like climb down them to get into the bowl. Am I glitching?
No.
You guys froze.
But the only path is through the graveyard, though.
Yeah, like the only but you could like clamber down like the 8-foot walls of What the heck? Why is this being so glitchy?
You're fine on our end.
Okay, you guys keep freezing, so I keep thinking that it's
that's
about
weird.
to die. So yeah, so like imagine that's in this bowl. Like you could go down this way to get to the pyramid, but like it's a little bit tighter and it would require climbing. Or you could just walk through the graveyard and kind of skirt around.
Mm.
Because there's like a semi-paced like ring around the pyramid.
Alright, team, what do we think?
It's a pretty nice pyramid.
I don't trust this graveyard.
I don't either.
Benmir, thoughts?
Honestly, in my opinion, either we can take whatever's going to show up, or we can just run back out the way we came.
So
I feel like we can just take a direct route.
What happens if we try to run back and we don't teleport away?
See, my mother always told me that the scariest thing in a graveyard is you.
No, I think
your
the
mother has
scariest
never
thing
been
in the
through-
graveyard would be the zombies potentially underground.
When was your mother like
undead.
hanging?
What?
Wait, what'd you say?
Or the other undead?
Also, did your mother tend to hang around graveyards a lot?
My mother had her interests.
Is your mother a necromancer?
I don't think so.
Did she specialize in turning people off and back on again?
Santu reference there.
Absolutely.
Spooky,
I
scary
made a reference to this game last
necromancy.
night in my other game, and you weren't there to get it.
Sure,
It was
I'm
very
Aw.
sad.
Disappointing.
I I as a player don't like walking through the graveyard. And as Francis, I think Francis would personally be happy doing either, because he wouldn't be necessarily afraid of walking through the graveyard, but he also would be happy to be doing survivaling down this embankment, and it's not even that steep. Like, I mean, 8 feet, worst comes worst, we could just jump down, and we'd probably be alright.
Wasn't, like, sneaking through a graveyard, like, an episode on Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Everything's been an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? It's so far, it's shocked me that Flex Seal has not been on an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Flex Seal. Alright.
It's Phil Swift here with Flex Seal.
You guys also notice that there's still no, like, outside sound. Now, by the way, like, the
There's no
silence around
sound.
you is not... It's not as if someone has, like... It's not like you're deaf or anything.
So, like, if I do this,
You
I
could-
can hear it.
Yeah. But it's almost as if it doesn't echo. It's almost as if the sound is, like, closed in, as if you were, like, in a room where the sound is kind of deadened. And you still hear no sounds of nature. It's almost as if it's just you.
Cervena, can we do a test real quick?
What class do you want to
You
do?
stand right here. Alright.
Okay.
And I'm
I
gonna
can stand right here.
and so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stage whisper to her. Alright. But I'm gonna keep stepping back 5 feet after every time I say a sentence. And I want her to signal me when she can no longer clearly hear me.
Okay. So you're walking back?
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, Psst, hey Ven.
Brother gets to call me Ven, the rest of you don't.
Alright, Cervena.
Thank you.
His voice is fading normally as he's walking away.
I will sign to him when I clear
Alright.
clear.
Do you like
I don't
that?
know
What's your favorite vegetable?
Kohlrabi!
I don't actually know what the distance of sound is, especially, like, but eventually you stop being able to hear him.
What's
So
yours?
I've always been rather partial to beets. Character
I'm not sure if the
building.
ancient word would have artichokes, otherwise that would have been it. But
Ooh.
jokes.
What do elves make out of kohlrabi, out of curiosity?
I don't know. I had kohlrabi for dinner yesterday. That's why it came to mind.
Somebody had better have said cabbage. That's all I have to say.
Cabbage is Dragon's favorite vegetables. We can all agree on that.
My cabbages!
Okay, Bertram.
Oh, Bertram.
No, Bertram. Terrible dragon, but great
Like,
cabbage.
as in terrible in character,
Right
or
up
just
in-
bad at being a dragon.
Bad at being a dragon.
Right up until the bit where he was mind controlled trying to kill us, and even being mind controlled was bad at being a dragon.
Yeah.
True. Oh my gosh, that was funny.
Oh, for the love of the gods. I'm just gonna walk through the field. I'm walking to the pyramid.
Alright,
I
ooh, this one should be...
I guess I will go with Sneckly.
will follow her sneakily.
Alright, I'm not gonna keep dragging you guys into, like, a brick wall, so... You guys walk through, not really... You don't feel eyes on you other than the rest of your party, and you walk up to the pyramid and place your hand on it, and it's smooth, almost sandstone, about as smooth as it gets. It feels as if it's been weathered down somewhat. As your fingers kind of trail over it, you notice different grooves and shapes kind of carved into each of the stones. Looking at them, you don't recognize them as being any sort of language, almost just maybe symbols of something. Nothing changes when you press on it.
Alright, so we've got symbols. Do they appear to be language?
No, they just seem to be symbols.
Okay.
Are they pictograms of any sort?
You notice a lot of them seem to be images of the moon and stars. You see one that is a little bit more obscure. They're intricate. They're beautiful, kind of in their own way, but they're not very intricate. It's almost more of a rudimentary carving, and there's one that you have to assume must be one of a sunset. A lot of them are repeated. They don't. You can make, if you want to make like a perception check, you can, or like do we have appraisal? Is that a thing?
Hi, Harley.
Hey!
Hey!
Sorry I'm late, guys.
Okay.
Hello.
You guys found the pyramid and are currently touching it.
Oh, good. Did we have to murder anyone to do it?
No.
We have
Not yet.
Yeah.
We did walk through a graveyard.
With a map.
Ooh.
We're on roll 20. There's a map.
Okay, I'm still getting stuff up.
Está un mapa. Carta? Una carta? Does anyone speak Spanish? Alright.
I'm from the U.S. of A.
We speak American.
Yo soy una papa.
Ah. What? I'm
Yo
a,
soy
I'm
una
a dad?
papa. What?
I'm a
Wait.
dad?
No!
Congratulations!
Potato!
Good
Ah.
you.
No más pantalonas.
I think
Say
it's
that in like
story.
7 different languages.
I found out that if you say mi papa tiene I forget how to say the number, but then años, it's saying that your father is like 47 years old or whatever. But if you take away the accents and make it papa and anos, it means that your potato has 47 anuses.
Thank you. Learning with Emir.
Yes, you have to love the Elvish language.
Confirmed. Spanish is Elvish is Spanish now. I just imagine all elves walking around with castanets all the time.
They've all got like the big Mexican hats.
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
What is Elven cuisine? It's tacos.
Hola, mi first amigos.
Remember, fairy cuisine is southern comfort food. Elven cuisine have tacos.
Would you like un burrito?
Whenever they turn
Didn't we
around,
decide at some point that German food was dwarvish?
Yes.
Like
When?
bratwursts and sauerkraut and crap?
I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
Sour-
I feel like we had decided that.
that's the name of the next tavern. Sauerkraut and crap.
Bratwurst and sauerkraut and crap.
I mean, some people said those are the same thing, but
We're people of varied tastes.
I love sauerkraut.
Yeah, you
No,
can
I didn't mean the
stop talking
sauerkraut.
about
Pretty
it.
Yeah.
She said sauerkraut and crap are the same thing.
Oh, see what you
I said to
do.
some people.
So
I
what
don't
you
agree
do
with that.
is you
kind
cook
of
it. You slow cook it with pork and hot dogs
Mhm.
and some brown
Mhm.
sugar, and
Oh.
then
Except no hot dogs, you make it bratwursts.
and then you serve it with some applesauce and mashed potatoes. Oh,
Yeah.
You're making me want to get my slow cooker out.
oh yeah.
Good.
Everything you're talking about sounds disgusting.
Thanks, Holly.
You're welcome. This is why you keep vegetarians around.
Yes.
But you're not
Remind you that your
technically
food
a
is
vegetarian.
nasty.
You're only mostly a vegetarian. You're only mostly dead.
Ow.
Totally gonna say that.
What?
Said you accept you're only mostly a vegetarian.
That's true. I will eat bacon.
So does that mean that you're
Fish,
only
if I
mostly
recall
dead
correctly,
inside?
right?
Well, yeah, technically I'm a pescatarian, but no one ever knows what that is, so.
Pescatarians are cool.
They eat
They like
fish.
fish. Fishy wishies. They like eating Nemo.
Bacon.
Like eating, you know.
I don't think anyone eats clownfish.
Bigger clown
Maybe they
fish.
should.
Not really enough to eat there.
No, they're kind of small.
You could catch a bunch of them and like fry them like popcorn shrimp, but even then, that seems like such a terrible waste of resources.
So you try and find an entrance to this pyramid.
Sorry.
Yes, you all are
Why would we want to
vigorously
do something
discussing
silly like that?
Here we stand in front of the pyramid and talk about eating fish.
Just we're all standing touching the pyramid. It's like
Popcorn
like we're at a
clownfish.
bus stop. Some guard walks by. How you doing? Go back to talking.
You know, like the BBEG comes out. Listen, can you just hold on 1 second? We need to. What is wrong with you? What do you mean you don't like sauerkraut? What is wrong with you?
Hang on, before you kill us, what's your thought on popcorn clownfish?
was I supposed to have an opinion before I killed you?
Yes.
They didn't
Yes,
tell
you
me
need-
this.
See, if you don't have an opinion, we have to go take you out to eat popcorn clownfish before you can kill us.
This
Come
wasn't
on, let's
part
go to
of
the
my-
shore.
This wasn't part of my training.
I
I'm calling
And then,
HR.
all you have to do is poison popcorn clownfish, and then he wouldn't get a chance to kill you.
I call shenanigans, but I also like it.
That's very rude for somebody that you just took out to eat.
Hey, they said they were gonna try and kill us.
You shouldn't murder your dinner guests.
I always murder my dinner
I
guests.
mean, like,
Bad
if your dinner guests were like, you know, like Hitler and Ted Bundy, I mean, like,
Well, I mean, like, I always
Then
murder
they
my
probably murder you.
Yeah,
that's
why
a
the
good
hell
point.
are you getting Hitler and Ted Bundy to dinner?
magic.
At the same time.
Necromancy.
Also, I always murder my dinner guests because, you know, I have to have dinner for the next dinner guest.
All right.
Okay, so
Anyway.
now we've gone from popcorn shrimp to cannibalism.
It's priest. Try a little priest.
Popcorn shrimp to cannibalism in 3 easy steps.
Please tell me that's the name of the episode.
Yes. Popcorn priest.
And that is also going on the quotes list.
Oh my gosh.
Well, Harley's been here for all of 3 seconds, and
This escalated very quickly.
Yeah, it's my fault. I had dinner guests.
were they tasty?
Were they did?
No, but we did play a game, and I had to restrain myself a lot.
From what?
Correcting people, asserting that they were wrong,
What game
so
was
on and
this?
so forth. It was an escape room game,
Oh.
which
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
wanted to do their own thing. No one wanted to do it the right way, which was my way.
Totally.
It was interesting. I've remembered that I should not play games with people the first time I meet them. It never ends well.
I would say that's the case, but I mean, I met most of you for the first time playing this game, so...
We'll be right back.
Well, I feel like this is slightly different because it's not, like, competitive.
This is true.
Whereas that is competitive, and I get very competitive at board games.
That's also, yeah. No, we played communist, socialist monopoly. Oh my gosh. Socialist Monopoly, like 2 weeks ago, and oh my gosh. I like, first of all, I had nearly heart palpitations when I realized that I could win in like 3 moves. And
Yeah.
also, it got like very violently competitive. Like, there was a lot of mocking and maniacal laughing.
Hmm.
It got kind of bad. But yeah, you know, thus it goes. Oh,
Indeed.
married people being married.
What?
So are we looking for an entrance to this pyramid?
Yes, you guys certainly may try. So, so you guys felt this side of it, and you have not, like, yeah. So, are you guys circling around it, or are you just looking on this one side?
As we circle around, it seems like the most logical option.
Yeah, I agree. Let's circle.
We
Alright.
can't find something on this level when they have to try climbing.
All right. You guys can make. I really want an investigation check. I don't like generalized perceptions, but go ahead and to make perception checks. And is everybody going and poking the pyramid at this point? So I'll just put you guys all
Yeah,
in.
why not?
All right.
Wow, I rolled really
Perception
bad.
is 21 for me.
21. Anybody else?
3.
Woot woot 3!
Did someone say 3?
Fenrir. Fenrir is noticing Clover.
I was gonna say shut up, but honestly, by this point, it doesn't really matter. Because it won't make a difference.
Oh, come on, you know we just like needling you.
I know. Which is precisely why it won't make a difference.
Hey, look on the bright side, it's slightly less fun when we get a reaction out of you.
Hello?
Greetings.
Okay. I thought it froze. It did not. There was just silence.
So did we see anything?
I think Gabrielle might have frozen.
Well, how are you today, Harley?
I'm doing okay. Now that I'm not restraining myself from correcting dinner guests.
Ah, yes, our DM's Wi-Fi is glitching out.
Okay. How
Love
about
it.
you?
How about we tell her that we killed the BBEG in one hit when she comes back?
Perfect.
Okay. Also, I love that we entirely lost Andrew.
Oh,
Yeah, what happened to him?
I ate him.
Why do
he
you
was your
always
dinner
do
guest.
things that we care about, Tasha? Come on.
Because they taste good!
You could have at least shared.
I deep fried them like your computer.
Nice. Quote.
Yes, accurate though.
Yikes.
Did
that
you
ever
actually
get
want that on the
resolved?
quotes list, Gabrielle?
Oh, I don't have it up, so if someone wouldn't mind adding it. I've gotten very lazy about this. I just nominate things that I think that should be on the quote list and wait for somebody else to do it.
Yeah, I was woken up in the middle of the night last night by my fan turning into a jet engine. My computer fan's turning into a jet engine.
Does your computer not stay asleep anymore?
No, it just decided that it wanted to not go to sleep when I closed the lid. I had to
Oh, that's my
manually put it
favorite.
into hibernate.
That's always the best.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, no, my laptop is I had that a lot with my old laptop where I would like put it to sleep and then find out, 20 minutes later, oh, it's just been sitting there blinking for.
So do we
Wake
actually
itself
find
up.
anything on this pyramid?
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Did someone roll a 3? Because I thought I heard a 3.
Yeah.
Ben
Okay,
rolled a
that's fine.
3. Harley rolled a something. I rolled a 21.
8.
Okay. You guys circle around, and all of the stone seems smooth and connected, and you're not finding any breaks in it.
Celia, can you detect magic?
Yeah. Let's see what we can do. So yeah, I shall use detect magic. If that is okay.
Yes, you can. You have to wait for a little while, I think, for it to work.
We'll start working in the first round. We'll take 3 rounds to get to full potency.
No,
Right.
that's 3.5.
Sit
There.
corrected.
Pathfinder detect magic is just like you cast it, and for the next 10 minutes you can detect auras of magic.
I think
The thing I have here says like round 1 presence or absence of magical auras, round 2 number of different magical auras and the power of the most potent aura.
Yeah,
Round
no,
3.
they did keep the 3.5 thing, and it really only works like for combat. Otherwise, it's which I don't know that most people are using it in combat. So for outside of combat, it's up to 10 minutes per level.
Okay.
So you have it for 3 minutes. That was 2 different languages. Don't worry about it. You do sense that there are there's a lot of powerful magic associated with this pyramid. You can't quite tell if it's coming from the pyramid itself or more so from within. But this whole area is filled with magic, most of which you can't quite figure. Like it's you get the sense immediately that it's something a lot more powerful than what you're used to.
Okay. Is
Or
there like any
experienced.
particular area that seems to have like a stronger magical aura or
Not really. There's different as you're walking around. There's different auras. You get like more. You get not even so much magic coming from the graveyard, so much as more just darker like auras like associated with that you've come across that are associated with death and dying.
I feel like that kind of makes sense.
That wouldn't be magic. Unless it was necromancy.
Yeah, I guess you can't really pick up like regular auras. I feel like we've the house.
What have
rules
I?
out a couple
What
of
have
times.
I missed?
Just a detect magic spell.
Okay.
I'm failing to find a door on the pyramid so far.
As you cross.
Also, I ate.
Yes, you have been eaten.
I
by-
ate you and deep fried you like chicken computer. You were very tasty.
I hope you got me good and crispy.
a little bit.
It is crispy outside, looks soft inside. Yeah.
A little chewy on the inside. Just delectable. I hope you shaved him. Otherwise, that's gonna be nasty. Lots of crispy beard hair.
Moving on.
It's like you get like these little chicken nuggets, but one has like a mustache on it.
Door?
All right, y'all two, get a room or find us a door, okay?
I don't see how this wards getting a room, but as you circle around past the graveyard, what? Shut your face. Past the graveyard, after as you kind of slow down a little bit, and you do notice that there is a small amount of magic, not necessarily necromantic, but almost you get the sense maybe to just further deeper below the ground, maybe something cast over the bodies themselves, maybe like a protective ward or something. Definitely not necromantic, but you can't directly identify the spell itself.
I was gonna say gentle repose until you said not necromantic.
Yeah, gentle repose is school of necromancy, isn't it?
I was thinking of it, and I may have misremembered it. So I'll fact check.
But do all spells of the same school have the same
It is
aura?
necromantic. I'm sorry. No, it is necromantic. We've always said that they have different colored auras.
Okay, so there's definitely necromantic magic in the graveyard, which means there's probably undead things waiting to kill us.
Wonderful. I love
Groovy.
when there are undead things waiting to kill us.
Aren't there
Thank you.
always?
Just such pleasant memories.
The rest of you, Andrew, you were not here to make a perception check to look for a door, so if you want to do that, you may do so.
Have we walked all the way around the pyramid yet?
At least, I don't know, if you guys are keeping in step with your friend, Azalea, then you're back around, yeah. She did a quick loop. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to walk around the opposite way she did. Okay? The opposite direction. And I'm going to be looking for things that maybe aren't on the surface of the pyramid, but anything that's around the pyramid. Here's my reasoning. Because everything has been in a different place than we thought to look for it at first. So maybe...
It's also possible that the entrance to the pyramid is in one of the building-y things in the graveyard.
I don't like that.
I don't either. But I think
Can I start wandering around looking at all of the various buildings? See if I can find, like, scrape marks on the floor or doors that are ajar.
I say we send
looking
Desav.
for any doors that would be commonly used.
Okay, you know what? Ethan, that's a good idea. Can I work my way around the base of the pyramid, looking for anything like that on the base, around the pyramid base?
Yes, I'll join Ben so that he's not wandering around a graveyard with necromantic magic alone.
Alright, and you're looking for... Sorry, Claire, you're looking for, like...
Scrape...
Say it one more time.
Scrape marks, scratch marks, chinks in the rock, or footprints.
I can tell you right now, Mirror's probably not going to find anything because he rolled 3. But you were looking for doors that are ajar or something?
Wait, this is the same perception check? Because the first perception check was looking specifically at the pyramid. I was going to be looking at the buildings in the mausoleum.
I was going back to looking at the pyramid.
Alright. Andrews still stands.
I didn't roll.
Samir, I will... Yes, you did. Did you not? When did you...
I never...
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Alright, go ahead. Samir, you can... If you want, you can reroll, which I'm assuming...
I am joining... I said I was joining Fen, so do I need to reroll as well?
Give it 1 second. I want to know what Samir's roll was.
4.
11.
I miss being perceptive.
And 23.
23.
I had a
Alright,
25 modifier to perception on Elra here.
Fenrir, you can roll again since you're looking with your sister and she rolled well.
4.
Oh,
think
I
you
give
need to
up
switch
on looking for
dice.
things. I'm just gonna go stare into the sand like an ostrich.
You
An
need
ostrich in
new
the
dice.
cartoons.
Yeah.
You need new dice, my dude.
Ethan, I feel bad for you.
I really do. Buy another set, man. This is getting depressing.
The money that I have right now has to make me make it through until I start a job. Once I start a job,
also
then
fair.
I'll buy things for myself.
Until then, you are permanently cursed.
Yes.
Alright, Francis, make your roll.
I just did. It was 11.
Okay. You search and you look, and you're looking for something for very specific things, and you keep getting distracted. You keep finding like little like dustings of sand, and then like kind of like it's not really anything, and you kind of find yourself kind of like bouncing around back and forth, and you're just not really finding anything except for what seem to be like little like your mind playing tricks on you.
Crap.
Fenrir, you are also finding basically nothing. You keep feeling the skin almost like crawling on your back. Like you feel your skin crawling, and it's just distracting. You're on edge and tense. Savannah, you're feeling a little bit more relaxed, and you got what, a 23? You said 21?
23.
23. You're looking around. The doors seem completely sealed or closed off. You're not seeing anything out of the ordinary, though you do occasionally get the sense some of the sand is brushed in certain ways that it almost looks as if maybe footprints had been here before the wind may have blown them away.
I try and figure out, like, follow them.
Yes. So
I don't like this.
And or find somebody who's better at tracking than I am to follow them.
Do you want to grab somebody, or do you want to roll your own?
Hey, who's good at tracking things?
Cough,
I think
Francis,
I may have
cough.
found Francis.
Help. As you look, Francis is currently like going like hands and knees around the pyramid. I'll be right there.
Can you come try and... I think I may have found old footprints.
Alright. Alright, I'm gonna come over. I'm gonna roll a survival check.
I can try and help you. I'm not sure if it will make much difference.
Amari walks up. I'm also good at looking for things, so I can help him out if you want.
Would I get advantage from Amari?
Yes.
Ooh, okay. Alright, come on, baby. Alright, not bad. 19.
19? Alright. You feel a little bit better. You feel as if you're kind of redeeming yourself. As you follow the steps, they seem to... some of them seem to surround the pyramid. Others, you can't tell if they're necessarily all different. There's a lot of people who seem to have gone through here. You kind of judge based on the way the sand is moving. You blow a couple some layers out of the way.
Would I be able to tell if it was a large group of people or many individuals over time, or is there just not that level of detail?
It's not that detailed, and the way that the wind is blowing through here, it's getting pretty hard. It's kind of hard to tell.
I mean, the wind's always blowing pretty hard.
But you are finding footprints kind of all around the pyramid.
Okay.
As if either people were surrounding it, or they came from all directions, or you're not quite sure.
Okay. Alright, thank you. Thank you. Okay, that's good. That's a start.
As you guys, those of you who are like, depending on where you are, if you're still around the pyramid, you notice the wind blow past you again. The same wind, almost drifting by. It's not as strong as before, but it's drifting along as if tugging at you.
By following the wind, I guess.
Yeah.
Follow the wind.
Okay.
It leads you away from the pyramid itself and back into the center of the graveyard and kind of waits there.
Of course it does.
Wait, the wind waits there?
That doesn't make any sense. You guys can wait there. The wind doesn't exactly stay. Yeah. It kind
Did
of
following the
disappears.
tracks get us anywhere?
No, the tracks just seemed to kind of surround the pyramid and then disappeared.
I'm gonna try
you
something.
didn't see anything going away, though.
Hey,
I'm
you
going
saw
to try something completely out of character for Thenmir, but gonna go and sit where the wind stops in the middle of the graveyard and just sit and meditate. See if I get spoken to, like I did in the visions.
I will watch his back while that is happening.
Okay.
I don't
make a
like that.
spirituality check. No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
Make your coexist check.
Francis, make a perception check, and then you try and quiet your mind and clear yourself of all thought. What?
Nat 20, baby.
Okay.
Your second one tonight.
Yes.
The luck is going to go away.
Wow.
All right. So, Fenmir, you sit with your legs crossed, with your eyes closed, and you wait, almost letting yourself relax and reach out to the Sunset Queen if you want, or whatever. I don't know how you're meditating. I don't know if you want to have some sort of internal dialogue, but silently calling her to lead the way to you.
I'm just listening.
Cool.
I'm sitting and listening because she spoke to us before when she wanted to. If she wants us to find the inside of the pyramid, she's going to speak to us again.
Somebody's echoing. Just FYI.
Huh?
Somebody's echoing. I'm just noting. Anyway, Fenmir, you listen, you wait. You feel as if the sounds of your companions are kind of fading from your consciousness. And a moment later, you hear not necessarily a distinct voice, but it's almost as if something is pressing against your mind. A single word. Look. At the same time, I'm sorry, Harley, do you mind muting for a second? I think your audio's rebounding. Thank you. At the same time, Francis, your sentences suddenly just prickle, and you feel the hair stand up at the back of your neck. Something is watching you. You spin around, and they're just so deeply hidden in the darkness. You see a crouching figure. Just over. No, that's not the right tool. Just off behind you to your left, somewhere in these shadows. For a second, you think you see the glint of an eye pointed in your direction, but it is looking directly at you, directly into you.
All right.
A second later, it stands, or it moves up. The eyes are now peering out of you, out of the darkness at you. Now from about 5 or 6 feet off the ground. The shape behind seems to be unfurling as it steps forward, moving towards you.
I'm drawing my swords. Thank you very much.
Are you alerting the rest of us to this?
I'm probably gonna go. I'm gonna go. Zoinks! And point that general direction.
All right. The moon is now positioned in such a suddenly breaks again past the light comes past the pyramid and now shines into this area, and in a moment, if I can get this to work, the figure that you are watching, Francis, suddenly becomes visible. It's not working. Sorry, this is supposed to be like super dramatic, and it's just not functioning at all. I hate this. I hate this so much.
What?
Is this?
Oh.
This is not.
Tiger?
It is not.
Is it
so
a
Raja?
Mind.
It's Raja! Arabian Nights.
It's Sabu.
Yes. But
I'll
as this
drink to that.
creature
Is it talking to us in a very thick Scottish brogue?
is not talking to you at all.
When that unplug your
This
heating
creature
head.
steps forward. You recognize it. Those of you who have been in the desert recognize it as a lynx. This was the closest I could get because things hate me.
Hey, pussycat. Why is that
You
my...
want-
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Thank you. There you
And
go.
it kind of crouches down and starts to bare its teeth, and you hear a growl kind of rattling within it.
All right.
The tail flick, and you all hear or feel that presence again in your mind. Prepare yourselves. I would like you all to roll initiative. That would have sounded a lot cooler. If it was so cool.
Oh, I rolled a 2.
Cool. Oh, great guys. All right. Initiative. We're going to stop using this crap die and go for a better die. That was not a better die.
15.
14.
All right, so I've got. It's got a 3. 14 for Savannah or 15?
14 for Savannah, 15 for Benmir.
All right. Can I get a roll from Azalea, please? And she's gone.
When did Noah say he would be here?
9 some odd.
About
9:30.
9:15 to 9:30ish.
Ah.
Anytime now. Mari got the 10. Why would she roll any higher than that? Ooh, that's exciting. Tiger, burning bright. Something in the night.
In the forest of the night.
Cool. Something. Bite my butt.
Tiger, burning bright in the forest of the night. By what fearful hand or eye could something your fearful symmetry?
Symmetry. Okay, am I the only one who hated when it didn't rhyme? Because, yes. Oh, there it is.
I always preferred Jean-Jacques Rousseau's painting to the actual poem.
And I am uncultured and have no idea what you're talking about.
That makes 2 of us.
It's not Rudyard.
William Blake.
Yes. I remember it because for choir we sang an adaptation of it.
When?
Tiger, burning bright in the forest of the night. Why
Wait,
would
which choir?
PAHC. We sang it with the.
Okay, I was about to say, like, Harley is not making noises of affirmation.
No,
I definitely don't remember that.
we sang it with. We sang it before you joined PAHC. We sang it with like the gleeful. We sang it with like the Princeton. Some sort of singing group for adults from Princeton, and one of their members wrote it.
Interesting.
All right, can someone please roll for? We did not end up with a character sheet for Felix, correct?
No.
All right. Well, Felix is then going at the bottom of the round. All right.
Yeah. Oh, and
Yeah,
okay. So
wow.
I rolled a 4. Clover has an 11.
Harley, did you roll?
Yeah, I had got a 6. Sorry if that didn't come
We
through.
are off
My
to a
Wi-Fi.
great start. Look
did
at us
something
go.
funky.
All right, and Clover got a what? 11.
Yeah.
Felix is going to be at the bottom of the order, and he's going to hide, and he can roll himself in when he gets here. All right. Is that everybody? That's 8 people.
What's her face? Isab.
Isab got a 7.
Yes.
So.
Oh, and by the way, I do apologize. When I said Jean-Jacques Rousseau, I meant Henri Rousseau. Jean-Jacques Rousseau was a French
That
philosopher.
makes a lot more sense.
Yes, it does.
All right.
Yes, I'm totally enlightened now on what you're talking about.
It's a poem about a tiger. That's literally all there is to it. There's
Yeah.
really nothing that happens except for that. it was a tiger. I don't actually remember where I fit. Where is my speed? Okay, cool. Alright. So, leading off is your favorite tiger.
Woo!
Lynx.
Lynx.
He's a lynx. He's not a tiger. He should be. He's not as big as a tiger. The lynx kind of steps out before you, and it looks almost like a normal, like a regular lynx. Those of you who have seen one, but twice as big, a lot more powerful, and you imagine the color of its fur is this gray that's almost silvery, and you think that you see what looks like almost bone fragments, like running up and down its spine.
See what running up and down the spine?
Again?
Oh,
Can you guys still hear me?
I can now.
Bone fragments.
Oh, thank you.
That seem to be growing out of its fur, giving it a more skeletal sort of appearance.
Yeah.
It steps forward and it is going to use its movement to move 30 feet forward, because I forgot how freaking big this thing is. This graveyard is, so it actually is not going to get very far. But it moves forward and seems to just be poised there, waiting. So it's actually going to hold its turn until somebody gets within.
Is that a building? Are those buildings that it's running between?
Yeah, these are all like
Oh, okay.
mausoleum tiny things.
All right.
These are not like houses.
How tall are the mausoleums?
Varying size. None more than like, I don't know how big a mausoleum usually is, like 8 feet. Yeah, they're all like within like 5 and 8 feet. I think that's correct.
About.
Thank you. Alright, so it's going to hold its turn, and that is going to bring us to Thenmir.
Here to enlighten us, then?
Let's get as many people up on top of the mausoleums as we can.
Cats are particularly
stick
good
me
at
up there.
jumping.
Yeah.
They are, but they,
Fair point.
You're going to have to communicate that at some point. So we can figure that if you guys choose to go that way. We can get there.
Ixnay on the
Up
Uppe, yes.
Ixnay on the Uppe.
This might be a little bit stupid. I'm going to just stay where I am and keep trying to meditate and say, we are looking. What do we look for? But I'm still going to ready my gun and be holding it in my left hand. Like, ready.
Okay.
Alright, who has his back when we're fighting this thing? Because somebody's got to make sure he can not just be safe, but also that he can keep meditating.
How about Felix until someone shows up?
How about Amari? Because Felix might need to heal us. And he wouldn't be able to see the threat coming. What if Amari guards him, and then...
Or just Stuko.
That's a good question.
Orisa!
I don't trust her.
You can yell that out on your turn.
I'm not saying anything.
I'm gonna yell, somebody guard him!
Alright.
Oh wait, it's not my
Thenmir,
turn. Never mind.
Thenmir, you said you're holding your turn?
No, I'm not. I figured it would take my turn to continue meditating.
Rat. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll say that can take your concentration. You focus for the next 6 seconds, and you hear, for a long moment, you hear no response, and then a single word, fight, and then nothing else.
Okay, so that used my whole turn, or do I still have a standard action?
I would say you have like your movement.
I have my movement, but no action. Okay. Then I'm going to just stand up, which is going to take half my movement, and I'm going to move over to here.
You weren't prone before, were you?
No, but it has the same effect. I'm kneeling with my legs crossed, like...
That is true. I forgot about that. Alright, that's cool. I was gonna say if you're just like crouched, then you could get up, but that's a good point. So where did you ping where you want to be?
I wanted to be here.
Okay. You are there. Alright, that's gonna end Thenmir's turn, bring us to Savannah.
I would like to hold my turn until someone. Basically, I'm gonna. I want to yell to Francis. Francis is gone from the computer right now.
I don't know what he keeps doing. I'm sorry.
Pending his agreement, I'd like. Up there he is. Hang on. Let's wait for him to put his headphones on. Francis?
Yes, it's my turn already?
It's not
No.
quite. It's my turn, but I would like to yell to you.
Yes.
Can you get it up front so I can get behind it?
Yes, ma'am.
And I am going to hold my turn until Francis goes.
All right.
All right. I'm sorry. Did you say that you wanted to move at all?
I assume I can hold my moving until he goes too.
Yeah, that's fine. All right.
I'm just holding everything until he goes.
All right. Sounds good.
All right.
That will bring us to Clover.
All right, Clover. Clover is going to try and she's going to try and cast the one spell that she always casts. Sorry. 1 second. What's the one that she always casts?
Side note for a for a supposedly peaceful group of people, the fact that they are one wanting us to kill people and two giving a trial by combat seems again super dicey for a supposedly peaceful cult.
Peaceful is just a matter of your opinion or something. I don't know. All right. Hold on. I'm consulting my notes. Nausea. Nope. Hit dice. Sorry. See, this is one of the great things. This is one of the great drawbacks to keeping all your notes on individual sticky notes.
What would Clover like to do on her?
Clover wants to cast a spell, but I can't remember which spell it is. And it's not written down on her character sheet because it was written separate down.
I recall something along the lines of like inspire courage.
No,
that
well,
wrong?
no, that's what she can do as a bard. But I want her to cast a spell first this time. And that spell is going to be a spell that she has used before. There it is. The spell that I want to cast is Shadow Trap. Shadow Trap on the links.
Okay, what are the details of that spell?
Alright, so here we go.
Noah will be here in about 10 minutes, by the way.
There we go, Shadow Trap Pathfinder. Alright, so you pin the target shadow to its current location, preventing it from causing the target to become entangled and preventing it from moving moving further than 5 feet from its original position as if its shadow was anchored to the terrain.
That was the exact same spell I was going to use.
Oh, do you want to use it?
It
No,
might fail.
use it.
You
Clover's
can't
might
know.
fail.
You also would not know that she's forgetting it, so.
I just think it's funny.
Alright, new saving throw to end. Okay, so each new saving throw to end the effect is a full round action. A flying creature can only hover in place. The spell automatically fails when cast on a creature that doesn't throw a shadow. Alright. So, okay, it's going to be will save. So you have to make a will save.
Okay.
Alright, so it's the first level bard spell plus her charisma. It's 10 plus 1 plus 3.
14.
Yes.
He rolls a 17. Or it rolls a 17. You feel the energy like discharge, and for a second you see almost as if the shadow lengthens behind it, as if the lynx is straining against it, and then the energy dissipates, and you feel the effect disappear. You still have your movement and a bonus action.
Which one's Clover? I always forget. Clover's the one in green? Or is that Francis? No, Francis is purple.
Calm down. Wait, hold up.
Sorry.
No, that is Francis. That is Isab. I think that's.
No, I thought the purple one on the left was Cecilia.
Oh, you're right. I don't know where Isab. Isab might actually not have made it onto here. That's problematic.
This-
It's
Anyway,
fine.
that's
She's
Clover.
useless anyway.
Wait, okay, so this is Fenrir, right?
No, that's. Who are you trying to ping?
Fenmir is this one down here.
Oh, okay, that's Thenmir. Okay.
That's Felix. Felix needs
Okay,
to
that's
access
Felix.
over here
Then
somewhere.
then this is Cervena.
Yes.
So
This
wait,
is-
who's the person hiding behind the building then?
That's me, apparently.
He happened to be last. That's just where he happened to be last. He should actually be not there. He should be right over here. Alright, and I'm gonna try and find the other players. I think I forgot to grab them.
Okay, that's not brilliant. Okay. That's okay. That's okay. Alright. Alright, so Clover is she's going to drop back to here. She's going to drop back to
Give me
here.
1 second.
Oh,
I'm
sure
trying
thing.
to grab the others. Copy.
Puppy.
Alright, ping it again.
She's going to go down here.
Alright, keep pinging it until I get there. Alright.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Alright. And
Right. Then your turn.
that'll end Clover's turn, yeah.
Alright, that brings us to Amari. Amari has a list of spells somewhere. Amari might actually wait for a second. Sorry, I was like getting on you 2 seconds ago, and now I'm running behind myself.
It's okay.
One thing that I forgot to open up. Also, most of her spells were pretty useless. She is going to cast, if she can, she's going to throw with the spiders out there. If the range is long enough. Oh, you have to be like right up on it. So that's not going to happen. In which case, she's going to cast Acid Maw on our friend Stuko, who may also not be on this map. He is not.
Cat Medillo.
Where is our darling Armadillo? Right. Let's go do that.
Cat Medillo.
Sorry, no need to like find freaking Cannibalism because I'm not really bad at this.
Cat Medillo.
I sincerely apologize.
Why did you just suddenly sound like you were singing Tiny Tim?
What?
Tiptoe through
What is that?
I heard someone go, oh!
the
Wait, what did you mean like singing Tiny Tim?
I don't know. Andrew just sounded like he was singing the
Tiny
what is
Tim's
it?
only song ever.
Yeah, he's a one-hit wonder, and it's Tiptoe Through the Tulips by Tiny Tim.
It's a
Oh, that's a
horrific
band
song.
called Tiny.
It was a man.
Tiny Tim.
Named Tiny.
It was an artist, and he was
Interesting.
how do I put this kindly? He sounded like he was a eunuch.
It
What does that mean though?
Oh,
was like
He
Sounds
had
like
no
a-
registers but falsetto.
yes, and he sounded like a billy goat.
Yeah, like he just was super wavery and had no breath support and
Wow.
Or he just overused vibrato.
or that.
Yeah, could be that.
All right. Well, that's an experience. So
Pop culture lesson for the day.
I couldn't find Catmadillo.
No, is that a moose?
Hello.
Hello, Noah.
Noah!
Ah, yes, we have a Felix.
You've arrived just in time. Please roll initiative. You
Ah,
will start
And a
next
cat
round.
and a cat moose.
Right now, you're at the bottom.
Yeah, we're fighting a desert lynx.
of course. Of course.
Because we found the pyramid. First of all, we found the pyramid.
What?
We're at the pyramid and the graveyard in front of the pyramid. And this ghost voice was just like, fight.
How did
Yeah, I
and then
decided
this
it was a
was-
good idea to try meditating, and then just basically got told look and then fight, which is real helpful.
There you go. All right. So Stigo has Acid Maw cast on him. That's going to take up Azalea's actual action. So, oh my god.
You mean Amari?
Yes, thank you. Not Azalea.
gosh, I didn't do any such thing.
How could
Question.
you?
Since there is now somebody in melee, should I be activating my turn, or do I actually have to wait until Francis goes in? Since the point was just having someone to flank it with.
I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt because I feel like I thought you had said Francis, but you may have said anybody. No, you said Francis, correct?
I said Francis mostly because I kind of
Says-
forgot that other people exist.
She said it. She said, "Wait until Francis is flanking." So she kind of said both.
All right, I will give it to you just this time. Just yeah, that's fine.
All right, so we can
When Stuko is done, I can take care of it.
Okay. The only thing is the way that it is positioned. You probably actually
I know.
would not be able to get on its other side.
I have an idea, actually.
So do I.
You're gonna have to let me run with this one. I actually have an
Okay.
idea on how to get to the other side. But go
All
ahead
right.
and Stuko first.
So here's the deal. I'm also letting you do this because I roll crap and I'm annoyed about it. So go ahead and do your thing, and we'll figure it out.
All right.
Oh, so Stuko didn't hit, basically.
Stuka would not hit unless you're flanking, and then he gets an advantage, and I will roll it again.
Okay, so I am basically
Go with you
going to
guys.
try to run and slide under it, and see if that works.
Ooh, that's gonna get hell of attacks of opportunity.
Well, I can go over it or I can go under it, and over it is probably just as bad.
It's all fun and games till
Yeah.
you get like a jutting bone spar right into the
And-
intestine.
Yeah.
And if I go under, I may actually have the opportunity to, say, stab its stomach on the way underneath.
Ah, good point.
That's true. And you could like
That's actually that's how. Oh God, what was it? Some old culture used to do that when they were fighting like desert lions. They would have a big shield and they would hide under it and they would wait for the lion to jump on top of it and they'd try to disembowel it from the bottom.
More
So I'm
fun
doing that
fact
except
for
without the
Tasha.
shield.
All right, I want you to make an admittedly high DC acrobatics check,
All right,
and then depending on that,
dive,
we'll see what
falling everywhere.
Tasha slides with her head directly into the lynx's
All right.
mouth.
How's a 25 gonna do?
That is going to do very, very well.
All
I would like
right.
you to make an attack of make your attack with your advantage if that's what you get from flanking, because I can't remember. I'm
Yes,
pretty sure.
I
it
get
is.
Yes.
flanking and I advantage in sneak.
And
that's
Stuko
big.
Oh.
growls at you happily.
That's a 24 to hit.
Very nice, very nice. That will indeed hit. Where the heck is this thing?
Sneaksy attack.
Sneaksy a taxi.
That's
You
going
just
to
get
be
sneak attack from
Flanking.
people flanking.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say you're definitely not sneaking.
no, I get it from flanking.
Yeah, it's not stealth. It's sneak attack. I'm sorry.
That's gonna be a total of
Why-
15 points of damage.
15 points of damage. All right,
Yep.
hold that thought because I literally cannot. That took me like 20 minutes to find what I wanted. Okay. All right, one second. All right, you said 15 points of damage,
Yes.
so that's going to take down to a number that I cannot think of right now. We'll get back to it. All right. At the same time, Stuko actually managed to hit with his acid maw, so he's going to bite. He's going to roll 2d8. Whatever it is. Ooh, nice. 11 plus acid maw. So this would be good. I probably should not have given myself advantage like that.
Well, no, she would have given you advantage anyway.
Yeah, but she
true.
moved after Stuko already tried to attack.
I rigged it a little bit to give you guys some advantage. And I'm now regretting it. And my DM side is regretting it. Because Stuko just did 15 points of damage also.
Well, Kastuko's got the sizzle nom-noms.
I did
The
technically
sizzle
wait
nom nom.
till Stuko got in to attack it, but
No. You didn't do anything wrong. I rigged it a little bit so that Stuko could roll again. Because I was mad that he got a 2.
With the sizzle nom-noms.
Yeah. So, alright. So you guys strike at the same time, and you hear as you're sliding under in just your blaze of glory, just gashing along its underbelly. You hear it kind of roar in pain, and you do notice like your blade is like catching and like heading off of like more bone fragments and like this skeletal shape that is built. That it's this. Oh my gosh. its skeleton that seems to be more closer to its outside than its inside, as if it has almost like a sort of exoskeleton around it. At the same time, you watch as Stuco comes running in from the side and launches onto it, digging his teeth in, and you think you almost hear the sizzle of what you assume to be the acid dripping off of its teeth as it kind of sinks in, and the lynx kind of just roars in pain and like manages to fling Stuco off as you slide out through the back. And I'm going to have you land because you slid so very beautifully well. You get to move to here. Now you're back here. And Stuco is going to.
That's a
I
heck of a.
probably have sand all the way up my back.
Yes, you hate the sand. It's coarse and it's rough and it gets everywhere. And it's currently everywhere in your underwear.
That was a beautiful slide. I mean, like that was like Pete Rose over here.
All
right.
right, MacGyver.
So
Wait, was that a baseball reference, Andrew?
Yes.
Hey, I'm catching things.
I didn't get that one.
pun intended, maybe? Catching things? Probably not intended.
Oh, no, that wasn't intended. But that's very worthwhile, so yes, it was totally intended.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was all like, wow, great pun, Ethan. I'm impressed.
Very wonderful.
Ethan, my guy.
Okay. Alright. In that case, that ends Cervena and Amari's turns, and that brings us to Isab. Isab has never done much of anything useful in her life. So she's going to keep standing over here because she just doesn't want to go and touch that thing right now. And she's going to use her short bow.
How many of my allies can I wound?
Also, I forgot, because I said that
Mhm.
the thing was holding its turn until somebody attacked it. So actually, the lynx is going to go, and then Isab can go.
Wait, you said that?
I did.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
I
recall
forgot.
that.
I do,
I remember her
unfortunately.
saying that.
I definitely remember that I said that. He did not just decide to
Why is
stare at you
also
guys
shouldn't
for a full
Stuco be
turn.
in front of it right now?
Stuco retreated.
Stuco didn't take an attack of opportunity.
Ooh, Stuco should have taken an attack.
That's a good point. That would happen. So we're gonna
Stuco
do a
about to
couple of
die.
fun things here.
Yeah, I'm about to die. It's about to turn on me and kill me.
All right. Well, it's gonna take its attack of opportunity on little Catty McCatface.
Caddy
Right now.
McCatface?
Dear Stuco, I need somebody in melee to get sneak attack.
Ouch. Ouch. I'm really sorry, honey.
What did it do?
It got a 22 to hit, so
Ooh.
that's fun.
Ooh. Ooh.
Dead I will be soon.
Well, right
Soon
now it's
I will
attacking
be dead.
Kit Kat.
Dead I soon will be.
No, it does 12 points of damage to my baby.
Yoda I am.
How many points of damage?
12 points of damage to baby.
Is Stuco okay?
I have to find out. I never know how many points, how much health Stico actually has. I was supposed to make a character sheet for Stico a long time ago. That never happened. So, that is a real good question, guys. Let's find out real fast.
I also have an important question to ask then when it gets back around to my turn, so don't let me forget, because I probably will.
Were you
I
asking what?
cannot promise that I will remember either.
You had an important question to ask what?
Please don't let me forget that, because I am probably going to, but I just remembered that I have important notes.
Who are you asking? Who are you trying to ask?
You, but I'm trying to avoid distracting you very unsuccessfully by this point.
Yes, I appreciate it, but I also cannot promise that I will remember either, so.
I'll try to remember.
Okay. We're gonna say 30.
And
Third level, and I'm pretty sure it's a base D10. So yeah, Stico's at half health and is bleeding a lot, but looks incensed and enraged and wants to fight and is going to stay over there because he can't reach Amari. Anyway, that's gonna end attack of opportunity, and now we get to have some real fun. Awesome. All right.
your idea of fun may not be our idea of fun.
No, it does not. Your idea. Is this at will?
Isab is the closest to it. I'm just throwing that out there.
All right. At this point, it is going to
Kill Aesop. Kill Aesop.
is going to kind of like you know how like cats kind of like arch their backs? It's gonna kind of like scrunch up a little bit. It is going to howl, and this sound is gut-wrenching and terrifying, and you feel your ears almost shatter from the piercingness of it. It is as if the souls of every single creature in this graveyard, both living and dead, were screaming all at once in absolute agony. I need everyone
Oh
within
no!
300 feet, so that includes all of you, to
Is this
please...
freaking Whale of the Banshee?
Okay, honey, if that was the thing, y'all be dead. I'm not that sadistic. But I do need you guys to make a will save, please.
Oh no!
Ooh, that ain't hot.
Alright.
That's a 15.
Alright. I rolled okay, Francis rolled a 9 and Clover rolled a...
Oof.
Clover rolled a 7. Francis rolled a 9, Clover rolled a 7.
Nat 20. I am apparently both deaf and blind.
What's this?
I'm putting it up right now.
r/brand new sentence.
Yes. Ooh, okay. Alright. Everyone except for Isab and Felix.
No, not Isab.
Dang it,
Come on,
Isab!
let Isab fail.
I can't.
Why do we hate her?
What was the DC?
Why do we hate her so much?
Damn,
You guys
I
just missed it. I know.
Why do we hate
You
her so
are
much?
just missed. You are all frightened. For... That was more throwing it than anything. But for 3 rounds.
Oh,
Starting now.
shnikes. Ugh.
Hold up, is there a save against this?
We
You
just
just
had
rolled
it.
it.
I know,
That
but like,
was
is there a turn by turn save against this?
I can check, but I don't think so.
If there
What
is
are the
not,
effects?
send me the name of this ability because I'm using it in every game I ever run ever.
It is called Piercing Howl. I don't know if it's like it's like added on to this guy, so you could probably look it up on D20 Absurd, but it might just be direct to.
What are the effects of being frightened for us?
I'm about to tell you because I
Wonderful.
couldn't remember either. A frightened creature flees from the source of its fear as best it can. If unable to flee, it may fight. A frightened creature takes a -2 penalty on all attack rolls, saving throws, skill checks, and ability checks. A frightened creature can use special abilities, including spells to flee. Indeed, the creature must use such means if they are the only way to escape.
Alright, well, looks like we're all gonna boogie on out. I guess Francis will run in Clover's general direction, and she'll just kind of start running the way she was already moving.
Alright, we'll worry about that once it gets
Yeah.
to your actual turn.
Oh, sorry.
Question: had Clover been inspiring people?
Nope.
She had not been.
Nope. She on her first turn she tried to cast Shadow Trap.
Alright, so let's leave. I'm gonna put my little signal next to everybody. That's everybody except... How did I end up with Francis in here twice?
You just
That's not helpful.
you just needed more of me.
I really didn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm sorry, that was like really hard for me to read that. Shoot, I'm missing somebody. Demir, Savannah, Clover, Amari, Isab, Azalea, Francis, Felix. Why do I have a 4 in here? That's entertaining. Alright, so that leaves Isab and Felix. Alright, so it is now Isab's turn. Isab, like, it kind of takes her hands away from her ears where she was just kind of holding them in pain and just glares daggers at it. And she's going to string her short bow and she is going to fire and hope that she does something actually cool for once in her life. But she probably won't. No, she does not. What else is new? Yeah, that was a 3. That adds up to a 7. So, yeah, she's really pissed right now.
Twang.
that did not end up happening for her. So, that's going to end her turn. Bring us to Azalea. Azalea, you are terrified. You have never seen something so big and so giant. You have read about things like this in stories, but nothing could have prepared you for this moment.
Camel technically this big.
Irrelevant.
Oh, where's
You've never seen
Eureka?
some. At least the camel was not trying to kill you. Oh yeah, that's a good question.
That we know of.
The
I think-
camel did not appear with you. Yes.
You have to flee, basically.
No, go ahead. Yeah. Am I allowed to do things as I flee if it would make sense to like help me get away?
Oh, that's a good question.
That is a good question. Depends
So,
on what
like,
it is.
So if I want to cast Summon Monster to summon something to like distract it while I run,
What was your will save?
8.
I'm gonna say you were not able. That you were scared to a point where you're not able to focus that well.
Okay. Am I allowed to try to get onto the camel to run away?
The camel's not here.
Where'd
It
the
did not
camel
appear-
go?
The camel
You guys-
did not teleport with us, I don't think.
Yeah, you guys got
Wait.
banned here.
I missed that. How did we get here?
You took a step and suddenly there you were.
Oh, okay. No
The camel
castle.
did not come with.
Okay. Then I will run as fast as my little legs can carry me.
All right. So you are running for the entrance. That is. I'm gonna see what's like the easiest way. Absolutely nothing. Everything is 40 feet away. So you're going to end up here, right next to our friend Clover.
Okay.
Your heart is pounding out of your chest, but you have one thought in your mind, and it is to run. Also, I keep forgetting that you have Todd with you. Is Todd doing anything?
I've never really had Todd do anything. I always kind of forget he's there, except just as a cute, like, companion.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably fine
Yeah.
if Todd does not act. Unless you
I'm
want
just
him to.
carrying Todd and hugging him as I run.
Todd's making panicked hee noises as you're running away.
It's like a safety blanket.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm scared, I will hug my fox.
Aw. When I am afraid, I will hug my fox. That's definitely blasphemy. Don't worry about it. All right, that is going to end Azalea's turn and bring us to. That was a mistake. It was actually Mari's turn, but it's fine. We will just have Mari. No, Mari went. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Mari went.
Sorry, it's Francis's turn.
Okay.
I misread that a lot.
Alright, so I'm gonna run past Clover, screaming like a small child.
All right, you're going to run. Are you?
I will scoop
shoot.
up. I will scoop up Azalea as I run past, though.
Okay, well then that
That's
makes
so
my
nice
question.
of you.
Yes.
That makes my question irrelevant. I was actually going to see if she wanted to full round sprint. Are you trying to full round sprint?
Yes.
That would actually be possible for you to stop and grab somebody. So you're going to actually only run your 30.
Okay, that's fine.
Which is going to bring you to right here.
I'm just gonna football Tucker and just start running.
So please note, this is Francis grabbing Azalea, Azalea grabbing Todd.
Dun dun. The turducken of panic.
Yes. Roses are red. Video games are fun. You are carrying too much to be able to run.
You know how, like, on the covers of a lot of the Magician's Nephew books, they have that picture of, like, all the kids strung together as they're being pulled into the pool? That's what I'm picturing right now.
Yeah.
Oh. I have not seen that. Now I want to see it. Alright. So, that's going to end. I'm going to say that takes up Francis's turn. Which brings us to Felix. And then Felix, we will put you... Well, no, we'll just put you back in at the start of this next round.
Felix.
So, that's actually going to bring us to the top of the round. That's going to bring us to the Lynx.
Did Felix beat the Lynx in initiative?
Felix got a 17.
Phooey.
Oh, wait, Felix just gets skipped for the last round?
Because I don't... just because he's at the end of the round. So, actually, DM question then. Because I let him roll in. Should I have him go at the end of the round? But because then he would go, like, two
Back
people
to
later.
back.
It would be
Honestly-
no It would be no different than if someone had held their turn till the end and then
My
gone.
run on this would be
Right.
I would just give him a double turn.
Alright, Felix, you may go. You are also not scared. You are somewhere over here trying to figure out what people are running from. Where did you go? Oh, yeah. No, Felix was back here. He doesn't have to be that far back. I was just putting him out of the way.
Oh, that's where I am. Oh my.
Yeah, no, because I didn't want you to get killed, so I put you over there. So you can't. You don't quite know what's happening.
Great. Well,
I'm really sorry.
that natural 20 will save, though. I am feeling brave, and I heard a roar, so I'm heading for it.
Alright, so you want to go right there?
Yeah. Oh, that lets me see it.
You see
Alright.
before you this giant monstrosity of a lynx with just bone fragments sticking out of it in every direction. It is bleeding from its underbelly and from its side, but there is pure rage in its eyes. It is growling ever so menacingly at you.
It ain't
So,
them.
go for it.
All right. Well, I have tried in all of the best ways that I have to find something that can help people get out of fear, and I can't find a single thing. So,
I'm sorry.
I'm going to take this thing on. Felix, this is his time to shine. Not literally this time. He is going to try and blast it with his solar wind thing.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ranged touch attack.
A ranged touch attack. Please roll your touch attack.
That is a 15.
Gasp.
15, unfortunately, will miss.
I don't think I've ever hit with that.
I'm very sorry. It sounds pretty cool.
Drat.
Someday it will be. Someday, except this is like our last round for a while. Someday I am going to blast something with superheated air, and it's going to be awesome.
Oh, it's air. It's not light. I thought it was light.
No. He basically summons a really hot blast of air.
So just a massive fart.
Sure.
Excellent. I fought in your general direction.
I was thinking like hair dryer, but when you like turn it on, you don't expect it, and it's too close to your face.
That was more my thought.
You could make you could make like a flame cannon if you had like sawdust.
Okay, also, like, Tasha, you did not get in on that quote, and I'm sad.
I'm sorry, I was only half paying attention.
It's okay.
What would I miss?
Felix just farted in... I fought in your general direction!
You just farted in the general direction of the lynx?
I thumb my nose at you, sir.
So-called Arthur King! Your mother was a hamster and your father smelled
smelled
of
of pedo
pedo
berry.
Now get out of here and take your kniggets with you.
Your silly English kniggets! I blew my nose at you!
No, get out! I
Alright.
want you
I will
a second
punch you a second time!
Don't do it, thank you.
That better?
Yes.
That's the end of my turn.
You're
I
fine.
can't
Yeah.
then yell at people to come fight.
As we're sprinting
Yelling.
away, we hear, come
No!
fight!
But doesn't Noah get 2 turns?
Well, he gets one.
He
He
try
He
again.
does, but the lynx
goes in
before him.
between.
He beat the lynx. Didn't
No,
he?
he didn't.
No, he did not. He
Oh,
got
I thought we
him.
said that he did.
He did
No,
not.
we did not. If I did, I'm
Okay.
sorry. That was my bad for being confusing.
Even under toe.
All right.
Da da dee da dee dee do do.
Deedly dee 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 dee. Deedly dee 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 dee.
That's not exactly what I was singing, but it's very similar.
So it's the lynx's turn.
Were you singing from Disney's Robin Hood?
No.
Oh.
All right. It is going to leap forward onto. Oh, Venmi's back. Venmi's back there.
Stop.
Isab is like not near it.
Where's Isab? I thought
right
Isab
there.
was the closest to it.
She's not. All y'all are.
Andrew said she was.
I got Azalea and Isab confused for like the 12th time, which is my fault.
Honestly, I don't know. Is it maybe Azalea was at one point?
But I mean, closest to her is Cervena, like physically.
To him.
Throw me under the bus more, why don't you?
Sorry.
You're good.
She was already under the bus.
Ooh!
I was.
Well,
Nice.
under the links at the very least.
Alright,
But see,
it is
she
actually
put
going to
herself
spin
there, though.
around, and it is going to kick you in the back.
Stop that.
Oh, I can't do that. Okay. I could, but I won't. Alright, this time it is going to reach out and it is going to try and... Can it grapple you just like that? No, it can't. Is going to attack you with a claw attack.
That's just great.
It's coming out with
That is going to be a 25 to hit.
Absolutely not.
I did not think so.
Goodbye, cruel world. Thing's gonna take me down to like half hits in one go.
It is your lucky day because he rolled a 1, so you take 6 points damage.
Okay.
However, can you grapple as a bonus action or is that your movement?
It's an action to grapple.
Yep.
And it's not going to do that.
Action.
Stay there.
Action to grapple. Though.
It could sit on you.
It's an action to grapple. You need a specific feat to be able to grapple separately.
That is...
Yeah, that's
Any
right.
sort of restraining movement requires your action to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because in combat, your opponent will be actively trying to avoid it.
And if you try to grapple, the opponent gets an attack of opportunity.
Yes.
Well, he's not going to because he already used his action. I'm disappointed that he can't sit on you, but it would probably take some concentration to not sit on you and get stabbed. So...
Go ahead. Sit on top of my knife, buddy. Do it.
Yeah, give yourself
Here.
give
How about you
yourself a
sit your chest
colonoscopy.
right on my leg?
But aren't you scared of it?
Right! You know, angle a little bit to the
But
left.
there's no mice, Ethan. How do we do a colonoscopy without mice?
That's a bit of an explanation to give later.
And we're not on the air. The
Okay.
internet does not need to know this one.
I have ideas. I like these ideas. Moving on. That will bring us back to Felix.
Woo!
Its back is currently turned to you, but I think you should still be able to see it.
He also just knows its general direction.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could continue farting in its general direction.
I could, except that is very not effective because I doubt I'm rolling better than I did last time.
Watch you get a natural 20.
I am not good at hitting things.
Do it. Just
What are these?
do
What are
it.
these squares? Are these rocks? What are these?
Those are like mausoleums basically, tombs. All of them are at least 5 feet at most.
Not a good way for me to get over near the elf without kind of being in a lynx.
Yes. Also, the elf will shortly be bravely running away.
Yes.
Run
The elf is
away!
frightened. Run away!
Alrighty.
Run away.
Braves Robin ran away. Bravely ran away, away. When danger reared its ugly head, he bravely turned his tail and fled. Yes, brave Sir Robin turned about and gallantly he chickened out. Let me stop interrupting Noah's turn.
I'm so sorry. Yes. Go ahead, Noah.
Alright, well, does Felix, like, everyone's obviously panicked and running looking, right? Well,
Yeah,
can't
everybody
see
except
you,
for
see.
Aesop.
I can tell that the cat is wounded.
Yes. Stuco's hair is standing on end, and he is bleeding, and he also looks about ready to run.
I think he meant the other cat.
I will walk over to Stuco, and I will use my lay on hands on Stuco.
Yay!
Thank you very much.
For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good
You'll
fellow.
get a crit total of 3 hit points because died.
Alright, this also that I guess marks the end of round 1 for your frightenedness.
I can't move my character, so.
Started halfway through the round, so I'm assuming. Yeah, oh, I'm sorry. I will move him. I don't know.
Well, I guess it'd be on the Lynx's turn is when it would start and end.
Exactly. Well, it starts immediately, but I'm gonna say that it.
Yeah, well, so like the end of the round would be at the end of the Lynx's turn.
All right.
Or at the beginning of the Lynx's turn.
Yeah, I guess technically it was a day. Basically, I'm gonna say that you guys got around. Maybe around
Huh,
3, but
neat.
you're still running. Alright.
So I heal the cat, and then I'm going to continue calling upon my companions in a loud voice.
Mustering voice.
Yes.
As you muster the Rohirrim, may I ask how many points the Kit Kat gets?
3.
Tres. Dankeschön. That is 3 points closer to not dying. 3 points further from death. Alright, that will end Felix's turn, I'm assuming?
Oh my word.
Yes, turn down.
Okay.
Trace points further from death. Sounds like it should be like a mariachi death metal crossover band. And that would be fantastic.
Okay, please write that down so we can freak out about it later. Alright, that ends Felix's turn, brings us to Thenmir. Thenmir, you are currently being run around and are terrified out of your mind, having been trying to meditate. You are no longer in your meditative state. I'm gonna tell you that.
I'm not even in the I turned and walked away from that point.
That is also
at
true.
the end of last turn.
That's also true. You are now standing on your feet and you want to run as fast as you can.
Yeah.
As far away as you can.
So my important question, I remembered.
Excellent. I did not.
I did not.
I did not.
Did Felix get the chance to fully mend the Petricite rod on Thorns?
Oh.
I do not remember that ending up happening.
Because I know that he had cast mending, and it was effective. Like it had started to repair it, but it was going to take. You had estimated like 3 times, and I don't remember if we had the time because we said that we were going to do that basically like any time that he could cast mending on it.
That was not. Yeah, I do remember saying that. Nobody has called it. That it was never. Nobody ever mentioned that they wanted to work on that.
Well, that was kind of implicit in the fact that we had said it was going to happen whenever it could.
All right. How many sessions ago was this? Was it last session?
2 or 3. 2 or 3 sessions. Because it was when I was trying to figure out how to recreate a pressure chamber. Remember?
I do remember that. Rolls were not actually made. Alright. I'm gonna retcon it this one time. I think just for the sake of clarity and because stuff like that keeps getting forgotten because it has to be rolled for. Whenever that opportunity arises, quote unquote, you guys need to call it and make sure you say we're gonna roll for it.
I didn't think you had to roll for mending.
I don't think you do
mending
either.
happens.
Yeah, mending just happens.
Okay. Alright. I apologize then. Alright, I will give it to you.
Okay. Then I'm gonna run away before attacking.
You cannot. The only time that you can attack if you're frightened is if you cannot run away.
No, can use abilities, including spells, while fleeing.
Say that one more time.
A frightened creature takes a -2 penalty on all attack rolls, saving throws, skill checks, and ability checks.
While still fleeing.
Yes.
I think you've been saying, can he run away and then shoot?
Yes. A frightened creature flees from the source of its fear as best it can. If unable to flee, it may fight. A frightened creature takes a -2 penalty on all attack rolls. For me, running my full 30 feet movement away counts as fleeing. And then I can turn around and use thorns to take a shot to help my friends flee.
Based on the way that it is stated, I don't think that that's how the effect actually works. I think you have to try and flee, and only if you're unable to flee can you turn around and say, I'm gonna fight this thing.
Cool. Okay, get me 60 feet away then.
Alright. You are right here, so we're going to try and find the most efficient route out. Alright, so Thenmir, you start to sprint. And... shoot, why is this not moving? You get to the edge of the screen where the ground starts to slope up, and you suddenly feel yourself. It's almost as if you run into an invisible wall, which makes it silly what I just said in a moot point. But you find you're in your frightened state. You feel panic just rising within you as you're sort of slamming against it, and it's almost as if it's like as if you're pounding against glass. You can't move any further, no matter how hard you try. You're trapped here, and you can see your friends moving towards you, and you take the liberty to try and move side to the left and to the right, and the wall seems impenetrable. So I am gonna let you take a shot from here. I'm not gonna say that you can move forward anymore because you technically went over the 30 feet.
Well, I technically can't see the links from where I'm standing.
Yeah.
All right.
If I had moved over to here, I would be able to see it. But from where you put me, I can't see it.
All right. All right. We can say that you ended up over there. So if you
So I get to take a shot?
Yeah, I'll let you take an attack. Take your.
This is with the necrotic crystal. Because
Is that what you already had in? Because I'm kind of.
Let me look at my notes. I think it was the necrotic, but I'm not sure.
Okay, because that since you went a little bit, like it's not super far over, but since it's a little bit over what you're technically able to move, if you're also going to take an action, I'm going to say you have to keep in whatever you had.
No, I had the fire crystal loaded.
All right, I'm going to say that's what you're able to use.
Okay, then it's the fire crystal that gets shot.
All right. Thorns has a range of like 60 feet, right?
80 feet.
Okay, nice.
And it is a 15 to hit.
That is going to just miss.
No, 16. 16.
15. Did you take your minus penalties?
No, that's a 14.
All right, yeah, that's gonna miss. You fire towards it, and you watch as the ball of flame just misses it, and almost as it kind of ducks underneath, and you feel that panic beginning to rise in you, but it's now turning into almost such a wild panic that you feel the need to strike out. You have to kill this. You have to be able to get away. You feel yourself still like kind of backing yourself up against that barrier, but at least now you can face it. That's gonna end then Mir's turn and bring us to Cervena.
Cervena will bonus action disengage and run Zatzver.
Sorry, taking it one more time. I just realized that you have an asterisk next to your name, and I don't know why. Which is
bonus action disengage. Running that way. Do I run into a wall?
This is a cliff wall, so yeah, you physically run into a wall if you keep trying to go that way. So you can either go left or right.
Okay. Well, let's see. That was 25 feet, so I can move a whopping 5 feet.
Unless you're full round sprinting.
Do I have to full round sprint?
Seeing as you
have run away.
I think I'm gonna say that unless you're gonna take an action that will help you run away that is not attacking, I would say that yeah, you need to full round sprint. Because you have no way of knowing that you can't get out.
I mean, if I was still trying to escape, then I would try and jump this barrier. I would try and climb the barrier rather than running left or right.
All right, if you want to make a climb check and try and climb it, it's it's about 5 feet up. So go ahead and roll your climb check.
Wait, you need a climb check to climb 5 feet?
Oh, do you?
Acrobatics would probably work if you're trying to do what I think you're trying to do. I think acrobatics.
5 feet is literally just get your arms on it and roll sideways. It doesn't take any particular skill. I can do it, and I have health issues and lots of overweight.
But here's the thing, though: if she's panicking,
I'm gonna say you can make it as you try and get up. You do feel that almost an invisible force like pushing you back from it. You can kind of get yourself. It's like you can see above the ledge of the wall, but it's as if something is pushing you back down.
I'm going to assume that was my action to try to climb then.
Yes, it would. So you have your bonus action.
Nope, I used my bonus action to disengage.
That's true. All right, so that's going to end your turn. Bring us to Clover.
Clover.
Clover has to run away.
Yeah, that's
so.
that's all she can really do. Can she run while singing? I don't know.
We'll
say
try,
no.
But basically, at this point, you're gonna run into the same issue,
All right,
unless she's running a different direction.
I'd assume she's running in the same direction.
All right, she's also gonna hit her wall, but she's gonna do so after 20 feet.
Okay.
So if she wants to take an action at that point, she would be able to.
I imagine she's gonna run in the same direction as Thenmere.
All right, so after running 20 feet, she's gonna hit that same barrier. Find that she can't. So you use 20 feet of your movement if you want to make a quick action. Depending on how long she's spending trying to figure out how to get out.
Wait. You told me when I hit a barrier that I had to use my full round sprint to go either left or right. Wouldn't she have to do the same?
That's a good point. I'm sorry. She would not necessarily have to. And
I would also not have to.
Well, you didn't try to go left or right. You tried to go up, correct?
Well.
So that was a So I do apologize. That was a misstatement on my part because I also didn't have Thenmere go left or right. So you had the opportunity to climb up and you hit that same barrier. So what exactly are you asking?
I mean, if she has the option to run into the barrier and then do something.
Like what I did.
She has that ability because she only used 20 feet of her movement.
So I used 25. I technically would have had the ability to, say, throw a knife at it, would I not?
Right, but you used your action, as we just stated, to...
Because you told me I had to move. If you're telling me I have to keep moving, then I would have cared to keep moving in the same direction. If there was not a requirement to keep moving...
I'm sorry, I'm not understanding what you're trying to ask. You ran forward, you said that you wanted to try and climb out.
So I ran 25 feet forward. I said, do I have to take a 4-round sprint? You said yes, which implied to me you need to keep moving. If the you have to keep moving was the case, then the movement I would have chosen would have been to try and go up and over, rather than to go side to side. If I was not forced to keep moving, I would probably have tried to turn around and throw a knife at it.
Right, but until you were not able to keep moving, which you could go, you chose to try and go up and out. It's the same thing that I told Thenmere. You can't turn and attack it until you realize that you can't keep moving. So you try to keep going up and over, and then...
Fine.
Okay. We can try and parse it out, because I'm still a little bit confused, but anyway.
You know what? Let's be judicial about this.
Just leave it and keep going.
I'm gonna say that Clover she's gonna hit the wall and she's not gonna know what to do. She's gonna be scared and she's going to. I think she's gonna go over where Thenmere is. He's close and he has a weapon already drawn.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Alright, cool. That brings us to Amari. So, Amari's also trying to run. So she's going to run around Isab, rather than phasing through her. And she is actually... Yeah, so she's going to hit the same wall, and she's also not going to... I'm going to have her not do anything, because she's having to full round sprint to get there. So... Alright, and Stuko is going to also go the same distance. Stuko can get there with just his movement, but he can't actually do anything from back here. So that's going to end her turn, and Stuko's turn, and bring us to Isab. Isab still is not scared of things. Isab is sick of this, so she's going to run up. She's going to actually do something useful, hopefully, for once in her life.
Highly
Doesn't
doubt
usually
it.
happen.
Highly, highly doubt it.
I also do. Yeah, no. But yeah, neither of those was actually effective at all, so she's just gonna sit there like a sitting duck. You guys watch as she runs forward and tries to take 2 surprisingly fast strikes on this. Well, actually, let's see if she could actually get there. Yeah, she can. And still manage to miss with both of them because what else is new? It's a sob. Bring us to Azalea.
I'm being carried.
Yes. Who is carrying you? Felix is carrying you.
Francis.
Francis.
Wait,
Not Felix.
Felix is definitely not carrying her.
Felix is
No.
The child is carrying the halfling.
Yes.
No.
It's like put the halfling on the child's shoulders and put a trench coat over them.
Yeah. And a fake mustache. Hello there.
Given my strength score, I don't think we could pull it off.
You just hear shoulders popping out of place.
Yeah, but no, Francis.
Yeah.
Yes.
The other person whose name starts with an F.
All right. Do you want to hold your action in that case, or are you getting down and running the rest of the way?
Well, am I able to cast a spell while I'm still being held?
If
And,
it will help, if it's gonna help, if it's an action to help you get away, as opposed to like other than attacking.
So like if I were to cast something that would like, so if I were to cast like summon monster, and is it summon creature? I think it's summon creature. I said the wrong word. No, it's summon monster. So if I were to do that and like have it so that it's like, oh, there's going to be another thing that's distracting it, so that we can get away.
Possibly, but I want to be fair to people that I didn't let attack. So I would say if you want to summon it to like ride it out, to move faster, I would say that.
Gabrielle, in the definition of frightened, a frightened creature can use special abilities, including spells, to flee. Indeed, the creature must use such means if they are the only way to escape.
All right.
And another question, like, can I see other people like reaching barriers and like being stopped?
I mean, she probably saw Clover run smack into an invisible wall.
Yeah, you guys were moving in the same direction. You should be able to. You would be able to see that. So. Flip of the die if you want to try. If you think that I'm trying to decide if you would be able to decide, oh, we can't get out, therefore I need to turn and fight, or you need to try and figure it out yourself.
Well, I mean, even at that point, like, if Azalea's casting something, she's not turning and fighting.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to do it. So I'm going to say that you can cast a spell.
Okay.
And it's not like you can really do anything else until your next turn anyway, if you cast a spell. So, what are you trying to summon? And where?
So, let me double check what the range on it is. Okay. So I think I would like to summon an eagle.
Okay.
And I'd just like to summon it to go as, like, far from me, as close to the links as possible. So I can get 35. I can summon it, like, within 35 feet.
Okay. I'm going to try and find something that is not just a dead fowl.
Yeah.
And then I would basically just like it to kind of, like, attack if it can, but fly around in front of it and distract it, try to stay out of the way, but keep its attention.
Okay. And you said 35 feet from you is the first that you can cast it, right?
I believe so.
Okay. My guess is that it should be able to keep moving after it's been cast.
I think that's what we've done before.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna do that, and I'm sorry, it's just gonna have to be the dead fowl, because there's nothing else.
That's fine.
Harley summons a dead bird. Do 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 do. Harley summons a dead bird. Do 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 do. Harley
So,
summons a dead bird.
5.
Burp, 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 burp.
Ooh.
Alright, so it's over here, and sorry, and so you wanted it to just fly and attack. Wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Attack it if it can, but largely, like, for right now at least, like, I want it to be, like, flying in front of it, and then, like, swooping away, so it's keeping its attention. If it can get an attack in, that'd be lovely. But,
Okay.
does that make sense?
Yes, it does. And it goes on your turn, correct?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, just for future reference. Alright, it's going to fly by. Oh, it literally only has the speed of 10 feet. No, 8 feet. 80 feet, sorry.
Pretty good for a dead fowl.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, it is actually going to fly by and it's going to take an attack with its talon. Because it has a talon that it can do things with. And it is going to miss miserably because I can't roll for crap. So yeah, it tries to fly by and attack, but it misses by quite a lot, but it will continue to wheel around when it has the opportunity. Cool. With its one attack, and it will... Yeah, it'll just kind of circle around its head and try not to get bit. So we will add Azalea plus Falcon. Eagle. Alright, that brings us finally to Francis.
Okay, so Azalea, I think Azalea is the most American character we've ever had because she gives long lectures about capitalism and summons eagles to attack people when they try to attack her.
Okay. That's one way of putting it.
Alright. So, since I am running, I'm going to yell for Azalea to run even though I'm still carrying her.
Can I shout back, "You're carrying me"?
Then I will yell at Todd to run.
I'm carrying Todd!
I assume that I would not be paying attention because Francis tends to get a little panicky. So Francis would probably just plow right smack into that barrier.
Yeah, so yeah, you continue moving forward and kind of clatter off of it and find yourself again trapped with both of your nice burdens.
Oh,
Are you calling me a burden?
the dungeon master did.
Alright,
Ooh, so I hit it, alright? And I'm gonna say that I flopped to the ground once I hit it, because I don't expect it at all. And I'm carrying a lot of things.
okay.
Is that fair to assume?
That is based on your character.
Alright, so here's what I'm gonna think, is Francis is gonna think. Alright. I'm gonna think, alright, so there's an invisible wall. I bet this sucker didn't put an invisible wall underground. So I'm gonna start doggy digging at the bottom of the invisible wall to see if I can, like, shakook underneath.
Did you bounce off of this thing and, like, fall, like, supine on your back?
Sounds like he hit his head.
Because there are limited things that you can do, because now you gotta, like, drop them and get up and start digging.
Bless you.
Yeah.
You're welcome to do those things, but you probably won't get to start digging. You can get down on your hands and knees and prepare to dig for your life.
I will prepare to dig for my life.
Alright then, that's gonna take your turn.
I will yell for Todd and Azalea to join me.
That'll bring
Todd?
us to the lynx. The lynx has been whiffed at by this... by a bird and by a punchy child. So it is now distracted and wants to get rid of these two. So it is going to turn around and attack. Where did you go? There we go. Yeah. Alright. It's going to make a claw attack. against... Or no, I'm just gonna bite. It's gonna bite. That'll be fun. It's gonna bite Sob. Actually, it probably won't bite a Sob, because that was 14. Yeah, no, it will not successfully bite a Sob. And will be very annoyed about it.
Wait, so
That's so lame. Instead, going to turn and run at Felix instead. With its
Wait,
movement.
it's not attacking the people in front of it?
It tried to attack Isob, it missed, and is now pissed, so.
And I
assume
fired,
people
and I
in front of
missed.
it get the
And I
attack.
fired
opportunity?
again.
They do. So.
I missed both times.
Thank you. So now the eagle is going to attack. And hopefully something happens. It will try and bite our friend. Ooh, that actually did something. It gets a bite in there.
the eagle?
Yeah, Eggle bit. And it did 4 points of damage. It did its full damage. That's pretty
Hey!
good. Eggle.
Hey, eagle. Hey, eagle. Hey, eagle, you're so bad. You're so bad.
You watch as the eagle kind of dive bombs at it and like rips its beak deeply into its shoulder and then flies back out. And a new kind of out of blood starts spurting from its shoulder. That's cool. That will also give what's her name? Isob a melee attack opportunity so she has to use an unarmed strike. You can't use monk person. Tasha, you have played a monk. For attack of opportunity, you cannot do a flurry of blows, correct? You can just do one unarmed. Okay,
Just
that's
one
what I
arm.
thought. Thank you. Ooh, but she did really good. Tied for this die is turning. 21 to hit will hit, so she gets
21.
21. Oh man, I shouldn't make you that die. All right, so she gets a 3. She's not affected. That's 3 points of damage. So she gets one nice punch in. You hear it, and she kind of like shakes her hand out. She like you hear one of the skeletal elements kind of just crack underneath the weight. Kind of shakes it off and her turn. Her attack of opportunity. All right, that brings us to Felix. There is a lynx running at you very fast.
Oh, bring it, Lynx. Bring it. I'm gonna stab this thing with my spear.
This is what spears were made for.
This is what spears are made for.
Oh, I got a 6 today.
Oh.
Rip. If you were Bard, I would say you could have inspired yourself, but sorry. So you thrust out wildly, and but your shot kind of goes wide as the eagle swoops by, kind of distracting you for a second. You still have your movement, if you would like to back up.
I'm within its range, correct? So if I try to back up, I would most likely.
You can. That is true.
So Felix is just going to figure that running it doesn't seem to be working. Well, actually, he can't tell that it's not working. He's smart enough to know that at this point that if he runs, he'll just get chased down. It's what cats do. Cats chase things down and beat them up. But they often will stop playing with prey if it doesn't do anything. So he's just gonna go do the flop.
Everybody do the flop.
Like to the ground flop.
Yep. He's just he's out.
He's basically giving the Lynx advantage on every single attack.
You hear somebody scream in the distance. He got Felix!
He's going to play dead as best as he can. Because
Very interesting. All right. That will end Felix's turn and bring us to Fenrir.
Well, yeah, I can't keep running away, so I'm just gonna take another shot with thorns.
I think you're facing the right direction now. Okay. Changing your crystal's bonus action, correct?
Well, no, it's a movement action.
Movement.
It's a movement action to reload, but each crystal is worth 2 shots.
Okay. Oh, so okay. I was just thinking because you had mentioned that you wanted to use a necromantic. So if you wanted to switch
Well, I then also had the realization that this thing is probably necromantic anyway because bones.
Yes.
So, I'm going to use the other side of the fire crystal and take another shot. And do I still have a -2?
yes.
Mhm.
Oh,
Then
I'm sorry. This is the end of round 2, so you're in your last round now. That's how
okay.
it went.
Then that is a 19 to hit.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage. However, it is weak. It has a vulnerability to fire, and I don't actually know what that means.
Means it
Means
takes double damage.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
And that's awesome because I just did 10 points of fire damage to it,
Woo!
which means 20 points.
Spicy.
Ooh. So you turn and with shaking hands, you kind of steel yourself and you fire, and this time it flies straight. And you watch as this ball of fire runs towards it, and just as it is picking its head up, as it's bending over Felix, this ball of fire slams directly into its face, and it engulfs it in flames. When the flames eventually clear, it is crouching, like parts of its body are smoldering, is reeling and like almost whimpering in pain as it kind of tries to shake the flames off of it. It is looking very badly hurt. So that will end Fenmir's turn.
Actually, I'm going to use my
sorry.
movement to switch over to
Right.
my lightning crystal, or keep the fire crystal. Actually, I'll put in a new fire crystal.
Okay, great. Sorry, does that end your turn?
Yes.
All right. That brings us to Cervena.
Well, I can't really run away anymore.
That's correct.
Does that mean I can go whack it?
Yes, you may.
Okay, I'm gonna whack it.
Okay.
I'm gonna whack it.
I can get to probably just within sight range of it.
Okay. Keep that there so I can move you. Oh, sorry. Can you ping where you wanted to be?
Let's see. I gotta go here to get sight on it.
Okay.
And I will throw a niffy. A kniff.
The kniff.
Kniff, yes.
Take your kniffs with you.
I believe I am flanking, yes? I am diametrically opposed from somebody? Even if I'm technically just out of melee range?
You would be getting sneak attack not because you're flanking, but because it's preoccupied.
Yeah, I would actually agree with Ethan's ruling on that.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Let's see. EPs, that's numbers. Number is dirty 20.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Damage. Yes, the
Big
kniff.
money, no Emmys.
Accidentally throws knife and hits it right in between the sob's eyes.
Oops. That's 15 points of damage.
15 points of damage. All right. Okay. Sorry, just thinking real fast. You hurl the knife forward, and it sinks into. Oh wait. I'm trying to think. I was gonna say it sinks into its chest, but it really can't do that. So it sinks just in deeply within its shoulder blades, and you feel it, and you watch as it sort of jerks, and kind of holds still for just a moment, as if all of its muscles have tensed up. And just as it's about to fall, you watch as a blinding flash of light appears from the pyramid and slams into the ground, enveloping it again in light.
Ooh.
I sincerely hope that didn't damage my dagger.
I sincerely hope that that's not healing the freaking thing.
I sincerely hope it's not a tractor beam to drag us into some sort of, zombie-filled pyramid.
That would be
Continue,
unfortunate.
Gabrielle.
Wait, what did you say?
What? Ethan?
I don't know what Ethan said.
I said continue, Gabrielle.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I was waiting to see if there were any other alien abduction theories. I appreciate that it went to zombies as opposed to aliens. But in any case, you watch as it is
Aliens.
enveloped with light, and when the blinding flash disappears, the blade is still sunk in between its shoulder blades. but instead, where you expected it to fall to the ground, it is still standing, still bleeding, but definitely still standing.
Oh, come
anything else you
on.
want to do on your turn?
I mean, that is my turn.
Okay. Give me 1 second. All right, that's going to end your turn. You do also. It is still standing, and it does it. Oh, we'll see. Could have been better. Could have been worse. 11. It definitely, yeah. All right, cool. Sorry, I need to figure that out. Because math. All right, who's next? That brings us to Clover.
Clover. Clover. You know what Clover's gonna do? She's gonna sing.
What's she going to sing?
Sing. Baby, don't fear the lynx.
Don't fear the lynxy.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
Oh, come on, baby, don't fear the
Fear the
lynxy.
lynx.
I'm not scared.
Take
Come
my hand.
and stab the lynxy. That we'll be ready to fly. La 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 la. La 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 la.
If anyone
Somewhere
in the audience does not understand the song that he's singing, you're too young to be watching our channel.
Yeah. Just somewhere in the distance, there's
Either that, or you are old and you are missing out on the better parts of life.
Oof.
I know, yeah.
Somewhere in the distance, there's
You shouldn't have told your kids that 80s music was devil worship. So.
Somewhere in the distance, you just see a red stiletto heel tapping. Yeah.
They're just on top of the pyramid, just like.
Bum.
All right.
Spotlights start going.
Yes.
So I assume Clover is trying to inspire courage. So that will counteract your, and that's +2 to attacks and saves, correct?
It's +1 to attacks, damage, and saves. Attacks, damage, and saves.
Damage and saves. All right, so that means that everybody who is frightened is now taking a -1 on attack rolls, saving throws, and saving
I
throws.
completely forgot to add that into my attack.
It wasn't active yet.
You roll?
It wasn't active.
I rolled a 20.
Oh, you forgot to minus. It was fine.
Yeah.
I thought of it because I wasn't sure if you had remembered. But it
I
didn't
had forgotten. No,
it's fine. You would
I
have
take
hit
it-
anyway.
Okay, did I take a negative damage too, or was it just attacks?
That would.
No, I think it's just attack roll.
No, it's just attacks.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it doesn't change damage. That would be problematic because I would have forgotten a lot. But it's fine. Yeah, no, the bonus. But you guys do get a +1 to your damage now, so that's going to be a weird kind of paradox to remember, but we can remind each other. All right, that is, I assume, going to end Clover's turn unless she wants to move.
Clover will not move. She will just sing as loudly as she possibly can.
Okay.
Baby, don't feel the lazy.
All right.
Man, now you guys are making me want to listen to Blue Oyster Cult again.
Me too.
If I no.
Yeah,
Alright,
you
that
know they
will
went through
bring
several
us-
names before they finally settled on the Blue Oyster Cult.
I imagine they did, yeah.
Yes. Some of these included the Soft White Underbelly and the Santos Sisters, even though nobody in the band is named Santos or is a woman.
Probably better than Jethro Tull. You know how they got their name?
How did they get their name?
So Jethro Tull is actually a real person from history. He implemented some plow improvement in the somewhere between 15 and 1600s. And the band Jethro Tull, before they were called Jethro Tull, was not terribly good at getting called back. So agent would change their name after each after each concert so that people didn't realize that this was the same band. And Jethro Tull was the name that they had been using at the time that they first got a callback.
Excellent.
That's pretty good. I mean, pretty bad,
Alright.
but pretty good. Like
Obscure music facts.
Yes.
Beautiful.
With Serena.
Alright, so that's going to bring us to Amari's turn. So she is going to cast Natural Rhythm on Shtuko. And that will last for 3 rounds, so he gets a asterisk.
Natural rhythm, something that I don't possess.
Very, very true.
Gabrielle has the
Alright.
bruises to remember our dancing by.
Not really.
Oh no, that was a stranger I kicked really hard in the shin, not you. I'm sorry.
Special.
Wonder if she remembers me.
So Amari, cursing wildly to herself. My gosh, I can't with y'all. Is going to run up next to no, well, I guess she could do that. She's gonna run up right next to it and hope that it doesn't bite her before her next turn. And Stuko is also going to run up over here, so the thing is basically, if in case anybody's wondering, it is extremely flanked at this point.
Extremely flanked.
Hopefully somebody can now step in and benefit from that. And Stuko is going to try and bite things once again, because Stuko is good at biting. Actually, how long does Acid Maw last for?
Hey Azalea,
Oh, 1 minute per level!
I have
Oh,
a
great.
plan.
Okay, so y'all can benefit from that once again.
Did I hear my name?
Yes, I did. I have a
No.
I have a plan.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I didn't say it.
Gonna share?
My thought is on my turn. What if I yeet you up over the invisible wall and see if you can go over it?
We can try.
I say,
See how high the wall goes?
I say we
Ooh,
give it a shot.
Pretty sure Francis does have the highest strength out of the crew.
What's Francis's strength?
10.
Oh, you're tied with me.
Look at that, Bruce Lee.
We say flexing like nothing.
Yeah, no, we compared to all the other people, all the other noodle arms in the group, I think we're doing okay.
Guys,
Yeah,
that should
I'm
be the
sitting over
group
here with
name.
my 7 strength.
That should be our group name. It's Noodle Arms.
Noodle arms for the win.
The epic adventures
I
of Noodle Arms.
Considering how small Azalea is, my strength is a 9.
Oh wow, yeah, you're up there. Azalea is
Like-
half my size and is way stronger than me.
I appreciate that this group's strength is like my group that I DMs for is intelligence.
Azalea works out.
Yeah. Wait, your group is that?
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure myself and Lewis are the only ones with the positive intelligence modifier.
Most of them have natural, at least 3 of them have natural intelligence modifiers that are negative.
That's special.
One of them is, what is Clue? He's a
Goodies
negative
at
3?
no Clues at like Clue's either an 8 and Goodies is 7, or Clue's is 7 and Goodies is 6.
Well, I know there's a negative 3, then it's the
Oh,
7.
you also missed Goody trying to eat his way out of a black pudding.
what?
Was he dead?
No, he's dumb,
Yes,
but
he
he
was
wasn't
dead
dead.
eating his way out of the black pudding.
How? Is he not dead? That's my main.
Because he took one bite and he went, "Ow!"
Oh.
He did not roll a good enough intelligence to stop himself, his choice, not mine, from eating the black pudding. He did roll well enough to say, "Ow, that hurts. Maybe I shouldn't do that."
What's his wisdom score?
I don't know. Not great.
Yeah, it's not much better than his intelligence.
Most of
Isn't
my
saying
party
much.
is rather lacking in the non-physical stats.
Alright. So, on Amari's turn, she cast a spell, then she ran up to it, and Stuko also still had a spell, so Stuko went up and bit the thing and did 9 points of damage, and will
Yeah,
get
that's it, Stuko. Bite him on the ass.
Yes, Stuko!
extra pain things. Why does it say 16? It's not even. Oh, that was the.
Stu, go. Stu, go. Stu, go. Stuco's been our most consistently good fighter during this whole thing.
Sadly, yes.
Stuco and the Eagle.
What am I, chopped liver?
Yeah, what about me?
Alright.
I did 20 points of damage in a single round, my
That's
dude.
30 points of damage in 2 rounds.
But you do that all the time. Stuco doesn't do that all the time.
Stuco's got nothing on my boar.
Oh my gosh, where the heck is the boar? Does the boar exist in this universe?
No.
That was a different universe, right?
Yep, Terrence.
That was Terrence, yeah.
Terrence.
I
Terrence.
forget
Terrence.
these things.
Kinda.
Yes.
Back
Still
when
looks
Noah
pretty
played a
cool.
druid.
Yes.
Don't dis.
Lo, those
don't
many,
disrespect
many moons ago.
Terrence was legitimately scary at low level.
Yeah.
All right.
Terrence
So
was the tank of the party at low level.
Yeah.
yes. So that ended Amari and Stuco's turn, and that brings us to Isab. Isab rolled a 15 plus 3, and so for the first time in ever, she actually managed to hit something. And so she is going to flurry of blows.
Hit
And she
something
gets
other
sneak
than
attack.
Cervena's lover. What?
Oh!
What?
Boo, 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 boo.
Ba, 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 ba. Okay. Oh, also that was 10 points of damage because.
Okay, so side note, I had trouble telling you if you said lover or liver.
Liver. I'd hit that.
That was not how I meant that. And now it's weird.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
very
never
weird.
not weird.
When it is fried on a platter next to some potato wedges. Yum.
Yeah.
You?
I'm okay. I can do.
Yeah, sorry, Harley. Kind of forgot about the vegetarian in the room.
Pescatarian plus bacon, please.
Because that
True.
makes all the difference in the world.
I can.
One time I went
Yes.
to a fancy dinner when I was in Oxford where they served haggis. That was gross.
Oh, I love haggis.
Did you try it?
Haggis is so good.
No, why
Yeah.
would I try that? I did eat the weird cheese dish though.
What weird
Wait, you
cheese?
had it? Wait, you had it with haggis? And there was a weird cheese dish?
No. I was served something else, I think.
No, but like in the same room as haggis, there was a weird cheese dish?
Don't tell me, I don't want to know.
Oh, no, you really don't. I'm so sorry.
Tell me, I want to know.
She ate
You're
head
nope,
cheese.
nope.
Message it to me.
I can't hear any of you.
Message it to me too, Ethan. I'm very interested.
You're all muted. I'm waiting till you stop.
How is she gonna know when we stop?
I don't know, and it's her turn next, so this should be interesting. Alright, Isab runs up to it, and she does her 2 hits, and she hits on both of them somehow. And does a combined, I think it was 18 points of damage? I don't know. I forgot. I wrote the numbers down already. So you guys watch as she uppercuts and slams against the
Nice.
creature, and you hear just the sound of crunching bones just underneath her fists. And it is now bleeding once again profusely and staggering back from her. And that is going to end her turn. Azalea. Azalea is now deaf.
So
Oh, okay.
before I am back. Still don't want to know, but I'm back. Am I able to do things now other than flee?
Yes.
Okay. So until Francis starts attempting to do his thing,
Yeah.
I would like to first magic missile.
Okay. Roll your magic missile damage.
Thank you. Oh, why is this so bad? Wow. A total of 4.
Oh.
Okay.
I rolled 2 1s.
I was right. I forgot you have 2. You have 2 of them.
Pew pew.
Wait, so then does the bonus get added to? Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Blam.
Oh, yeah, do I get a bonus on that? Does the does that?
We rolled 2 1s. Wait, so you did 2?
Yeah, no, that's damage.
It's D4 plus 1.
Each, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see,
D4
I
plus
see, I
1
see.
each, plus the thing from...
Clover.
So it's total of
Clover is singing.
6 or 5.
Regardless, how do you want to do this?
Hey!
Did I do it?
Yes!
You did do it.
That's exciting. That never has happened before, ever.
It's okay.
Oh, Azalea.
I just want to cast the thing, and I want it to hit it, and then it dies.
Okay.
Straightforward.
As it is
Just blow
staggering
its head
back,
off.
you raise your hands, and the blade and the crackling energy of your magic missiles comes into being, and you fire both of them at the same time, and they slam into its head, throwing it back as it tumbles over itself and collapses into the sand. A moment later, a gust of wind comes out of the pyramid, blowing over you, and in a second, the lynx is gone in a wave of sand that blows over you, and then sudden darkness falls, as if the moon itself had been blotted out from your sight. You wait for a moment. You can't see anything. Even the pyramid itself seems to have disappeared.
Is the
after a
wall
moment,
still there?
You can't see. After a second, you look around and you can see your companions standing also almost in a dark void. A moment later, you all look forward, and the moon seems to be slowly growing back, coming back and shedding its light just over you, but none of your surroundings are there. Across the darkness, you see what you think is the elk-headed woman standing a good ways away from you. Her mouth doesn't seem to be moving, but you hear a voice emanating from her direction. You've done well, but the trial has not yet ended. You were given a mission that you chose not to accept. But a mission is required to gain access. You have been told this. The Queen cannot act independently. Her power is limited. There is only so much that she can do. She cannot directly aid you. And so a task must be completed. The consequences of your actions, you cannot be held responsible for. It was a task that you chose not to do, and yet consequences have happened. In a second, the darkness around you coalesces into a vision that takes a second for you to recognize. Flames are burning through an entire city. It takes a moment to realize where you are, but you suddenly are standing in the ruins of Telmarna. Flames are bursting from each of the buildings. Tents are on fire. There are screams and shouts of horror surrounding you. You see tabaxi guards running through the streets, swords drawn, blood dripping from each of them as humans and gnolls alike run from before them. There are pleas and shouts. The elk-headed woman still stands in the midst of it. For a second, it takes you a moment to realize that you're not quite there, as a gnoll runs past you and almost clips your shoulder, but seems to pass through your figure, through your body, as if you're misty. Destruction has followed from you leaving. The Televs have taken their power and turned it into a weapon. A whisper has reached them of an insurrection. One pharaoh and her followers, perhaps coming back to try and overthrow the current established leader. There are many lives at stake, and no longer can you avoid the duty that has been placed before you. A second task has been put before you before the Sunset Queen herself can act on your behalf. There is much that she wishes to do for you, but her power is limited by the pantheon of gods that surround this world and that direct the way that events must come to pass. The mission that she has placed before you is to go back to Talmorna, to save the people who worship the Queen, their innocence, whether you believe in her or not, whether you accept her power or not. There are lives that need to be rescued. You have a duty, should you choose to accept it, to bring them out. Where, that place can be decided. But if you choose to turn a blind eye, an entire innocent people will be massacred. The Talebs have taken their power far too seriously and have abused it. The Pharaoh has not chosen to become involved because it is a threat to her rule. But the politics can be debated at a later time. There's blood on the Taleb's hands. You watch as the scene continues to burn before you, and but it seems to be growing farther away now, as if you're slinking back into the shadows. A moment later, you think you recognize a shape coming out from behind one of the buildings. It's cloaked, shadows falling over it, but as the figure turns, you watch as flames illuminate its shape. It's a gnoll, one that you think you recognize the pattern of tattoos across its face, and a second later, it clicks in your minds. It's one of the gnolls from the encampment that you first encountered. You watch as the figure looks back and forth and then beckons from behind it, and two more gnolls run out behind it and run from shadow to shadow before disappearing. A few moments later, they return with two refugees, one gnoll and one human, both weeping quietly as the group of gnolls shepherds them back through the shadows. You will not have to go alone. The gnolls that you encountered some months ago have taken it upon themselves to try and rescue as many people as they can. They have many of their own live in Talmorna, but they have taken compassion on those in need. They need your help. They cannot defeat the armies of the Talebs and of Talmorna, and perhaps of the Pharaoh herself, on their own. The Sunset Queen is asking you to please take these things into consideration, to choose wisely and to choose carefully. This is the quest that must be taken on before you can enter the pyramid.
I'm gonna step forward. Is there an actual person that we can see talking, or is this just a disembodied voice?
The voice seems to be, you assume that it's coming from the elk-headed woman, but
Okay.
you're not. Like her mouth its mouth does not appear to be moving.
Okay. So I take a couple steps forward. I look the elk head in the eye, and I say, "No. This is not how this works. You have been spending all this time giving us vague visions of destruction at the Taleb's hands, and giving us no reason, no proof for the assassination you're pushing us towards. You gave me you put in my pouch something that I supposedly could use to empower my weapon, to use against the Talebs. You gave me a vision that was just telling me to kill the Talebs for no evidence. And now you're giving us a vision of destruction of Talmarna when none of us even care about Talmarna. We didn't know it existed until recently, for most of us. I'm not from here. I have seen magic that can provide visions, but I've never seen a god. I don't believe that you're real. You are a wizard in a tower trying to give us a reason to kill someone that you don't like because you feel like it and you want to make us take the fall. I pull out one of my Texine crystals. I have seen powerful destructive magic. I have taken part in research that created a helmet that was directly responsible for driving men mad with fear, with terror and with thoughts that they were next to die. I've created torture devices that used magic. So what reason do I have to believe that you're not doing the same?
Ben
You
will
cannot force us. You cannot force us to kill someone on your word saying that they're going to destroy a city when we have no reason to even believe that you're more than a wizard in a faraway tower. I disagree.
Ben will step forward to, like, back him up, and we'll add in, you're not going to get us to feel bad for not committing assassination, for not murdering people in cold blood with no proof. Don't try to guilt me. It's not going to work.
The guilt tactic usually only works on people who have good truly at their hearts.
People with good at their hearts are probably not going to be committing assassination first.
I'm going to throw this out there. Alright. We came. We did a task. That thing we just killed, that's a task. So what you're saying, you're just going to be more task, another task, another task, another task. Regardless of that, we are too far away. We are 3 days away. We cannot stop what's happening there. If we really want to help, what we should do is we should go back to the Knoll encampment and help them with the survivors. That's the decent thing to do. Because we're not going to make it back to Telmarna. We're not going to make it back in time.
Question here?
Yes.
How far? It took us a week to get from the Knoll to Telmarna, right?
Took us, well, it wasn't so far in distance, but it was far because we went up a mountain and down the other side.
It still didn't take you a week.
It was like 3 days.
It took us at least, no, it took us, we had 3 days of food and we ran out of food.
You're right, 4 days.
So if it took us 4 days, how exactly did word of this, assuming it happened the minute we left, how exactly did word of this get 4 days back to their camp and they made it all the way to Telmarna before this has happened?
Well, I don't think it'd be impossible to assume that the Sunset Queen had some sort of role in this. I mean, her powers may be limited, but I assume she is able to cast a message spell.
Message, yes. Is she also teleporting them?
It's also very possible.
What if they were already around the city? What if they were already in the city suspecting
You are
things?
not being tasked with an assassination. Your task is to help the survivors escape. If you choose to turn your back on them, that is your decision. However, the memories that you have lost, the callings that have been
Once you stole.
The memories that you have lost and the callings that have been placed before you, once you reject these quests, they will be lost. There is not... The Sunset Queen is not what you think of her to be. She is not the same sort of deity that has taken your memories. She will do what she can to help, but there are limiting factors. There are forces that are far greater than her that limit what she is able to do.
Can you get us in touch with one of them?
You may roll a sense motive check. I did not hear what you said.
I said, can you get us in touch with one of them, then?
It doesn't quite work that way. If they do not wish to speak with you, then there is nothing that we can do to convince them.
All right.
25 sense motive.
She's being truthful, from as best as you can tell.
How far away is this woman from me?
Do you want actual feet or yes, Gabrielle feet? Because
like actual feet. Like how far away is she?
Gabrielle feet 3.
There's literally no way to escape the Gabrielle feet, so probably 10 feet. But it might. I would say like 10 feet.
10 feet's like that's like from one end of your living room to
away?
the other.
Yes.
Okay. I walk straight up to her, stand directly in front of her, and I say, my gun is powered by crystals fueled by an intense magic. Magic derived from nature itself. I lift my gun up and put the end of the barrel to her forehead. And I say, if the Sunset Queen cares so much, then she can stop me from firing this into your brain.
As you place it against her forehead, you feel no resistance against it, as if nothing is actually there.
Ah, great. Illusions and trickery. And I walk out. I'm done.
Where are you going?
Where?
I'm Like, I'm just turning around, walking directly away from her, assuming that I'm going to be able to get somewhere. I don't care how far I have to walk. I'm not dealing with her.
I'm with Noah on this.
What did Noah say?
The same thing I did, walking where.
Yeah.
You begin to walk away.
All right.
The voice still remains. You can still hear her as you're going, as if you cross no distance.
What would my mom say about
No
this?
The task that was put before you, you have killed the guardian of the pyramid, but that was not the task that was placed before you. It was a test to see your abilities, if you so choose to see it that way, but that was not the task that was placed before you. The assassination of the Talebs, if that is how you wish to see it, was an attempt to forestall what has come into motion. A whisper reached the Talebs and was carried to the Pharaoh, and action was taken, far more violent than was necessary, and now a genocide is taking place. Your task now is, should you choose, to try and prevent it from happening. Should you choose to kill the Talebs, that is
It's already...
your decision.
Wait, prevent it from happening, or is it already happening?
It is already... My choice of words was not the best. Prevent the entire destruction of the entire of those who profess belief in the Sunset Queen, and perhaps further destruction of the gnolls and more humans.
Is this a racial genocide, or is this a religious pogrom, or both?
That is yet to be, depending on how far this goes. Perhaps that will eventually emerge. Right now, the armies are taking a stance against anyone who has been rumored to be, or could be in any way associated
Wait.
with
So,
the Sunset Queen.
first, you see the future that this will all be happening, but now you don't know what's going to happen in the future.
Oh, all right.
Who said that this was the future?
Uh,
You speak without real understanding. You do not realize how long you have been gone. 4 days is plenty of time.
No.
This is not the future.
You gave me a vision
All right.
4 days ago, saying that this city was going to burn if I didn't help my brother kill people in cold blood. You said it was in the future. That was seeing the future. So why can't you do it now?
All right. No, wait. Let's stop and think about this here. All right. Listen. If the Talebs are really doing this, then they are truly evil. And if we went back to kill them, we would not be killing them in cold blood. I get that people don't care about it.
Yes.
Back then, yes, but then again, if there was an ability for a extraplanar deity to see into the future, would it not be within its ability to command other people to do what it sees in the future?
Then why would she not be able to see in the future now if this was a racial or a religious genocide? She could see before, and now she doesn't know.
I mean,
that's my problem.
Well, here's the thing. That's right.
I have not the time to go into to wait for you to make your decision. I do not wish to try and. This will sound like my attempt to escape, but I do have a limited amount of time that I can directly appear before you, as most of my work is done through visions and dreams, because that is what I am capable of doing.
Who are you?
You mean the wizard can only uphold the spell for so long?
I will leave the... You will find that with most wizards. Your friend, Azalea, who is beginning to master these arcane arts, will also find the same limits placed on her abilities.
What's your
I am
name?
not the Sunset Queen. In case I did not make that clear.
Alright, here we go.
Of course my abilities are limited.
Let me...
My time is also limited. I will leave this decision to you.
Before
but you must make a move.
Alright.
And if it's just proof that you desire, Savannah, then she raises her hand, snaps her fingers, and you feel a lurch, the same sort of lurch that you felt when you appeared before the pyramid. And you fall to your knees into the ground. Now, fully, you feel yourselves fully. You feel the surroundings around you, and you feel the heat of the flames burning Telmarna as you look up and find the destruction surrounding you.
Do we just get
This is
teleported?
real. You pinch yourself, you can do whatever you desire, but this this you know is reality. The same
Wasn't
visions
quite
that
what I
you
meant, but
the same things that you saw are truly happening. Not the same people running past, but the screams and the blood and the fires are right here in front of you. You have the decision to make. You know. You look around and your companions are there with you. Your weapons, a ways away from you. You see your, almost as if dropped from the sky. You see your tents rolled up around you and the rest of your belongings.
is Eureka there?
Eureka is there, a good ways off,
Hey!
very spooked, trying to make a break for one of the buildings. But
No camel.
she is there.
Stay camel. Good camel.
As you feel your senses coming back and clearer to you, and as everything sinks in around you, you feel Paul reach and grab your shoulder, Francis. With a slight start, you turn around and you realize that there are a number of hooded gnolls standing around your party. It's not safe here. You must come with us. Come with us. Before you can protest, they grab each of you up and begin herding you back towards the shadows in the buildings.
Okay.
Sorry, my brain just crapped out.
Okay.
You must come now. Let's come now and hide. Hide. The destruction of Ramana is coming.
But it looks like it's already here.
Amen.
Let's go. And as they pull you back towards the shadows and further down the streets, I'm sorry.
I'm just an amnesiac. I'm just an amnesiac who wants to go home and talk to his dead mother, but no, now I have to get in the middle of a race war.
Or a religious war. Who knows? You wouldn't tell us.
Probably both. To be honest, that's how these massacres generally work.
All right.
That's
You guys
true.
head back. You guys hurry into the shadows, escorted by these newfound strangers, and that is where we are actually going to end part 1 of this arc, or part whatever number, I don't actually know. And we'll pick it up whenever I actually grow enough brain cells to actually function further. That did not go the way that I expected. It's alright. Can we have a reading of the quotes list if you people are not too pissed at me to do so?
Whoa. Is Ethan, you want the first or the second?
Give me the second. I'm typing.
Okay. Popcorn shrimp to cannibalism in 3 easy steps. Yeah, Andrew. Sorry. My throat decided to close up on me.
Right.
Why do you always eat things we care about, Tasha? Me. Because they taste good. I deep fry them, like your computer. Tasha.
Oof.
Nat 20! I am now apparently both deaf and blind! Noah.
It is time for Felix to shine, and it's not literally this time. Noah.
That almost rhymes.
Tasha.
Ah, sorry.
Last one.
Brain. Felix basically just summons a gust of superheated wind, Noah. So, like a massive fart? Gabrielle. Sure. Noah.
Alright.
So.
A record number of quotes for me in a single night.
Yes.
Oh,
Noah tearing it up out here. Alright, y'all. So, as usual, thank you, as always, for participating in this interesting turn of events and everything that happened. It was fun. It was cool. We nearly died. It's alright. Killed a big thing. So, we're gonna call it there. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. So, goodbye, Scott, if you're watching. Thank you for watching. Good night, Kira. And we will see you all next time, whenever that next time happens to be. We're not sure. You're not sure. Let's go. Bye, peeps.
Bye.
Are we off?
No.
We're off.